Let's see. You should be able to see now the presentation and in presentation format. Is that okay, Mayra?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So my name is Luz Bugarin. I'm the engineering project manager for the Research Center. As Mayra explained earlier, we're going sort of through a name transition. So typically we were used to be called Center for Space Exploration and Technology Research. It's a little long, CSETR for short. You can see the logo on the bottom left-hand side. But the university, because we've kind of expanded all of our research and capabilities, they decided to make it more general and just Aerospace Center. So if you hear either or, it's referring to our research center, just to avoid any confusion. Let's see. Okay, so the center's vision is to provide and establish a center of excellence, focus on aerospace and engineering, using strategic partnerships to educate a diverse future in aerospace and defense. So basically, our focus is getting all the students from the El Paso zip codes into these aerospace research, aerospace and defense industries. We see a lot of the times that even as undergraduates finish, or even some graduate students, they finish and they're like, well, I don't really know what I like. They start applying to random jobs like safety engineer over here, propulsion engineer over there, facilities engineer. So what our center tries to do is give you a taste of a little bit of everything of the engineering process. So then you can come out and say, okay, after doing research as an undergrad or a graduate student, I am now able to say, okay, I enjoy design, but it's not for me. I'm going to go with the testing and operations. But that also allows students to become better well-rounded, and it just helps buff up your resume. So I definitely recommend for all the students to do some sort of research or internship opportunity before you graduate. So here are some of the center accomplishments. The center was funded with only 4 students in 2009. Since then, we've graduated over 400 students that are currently working in the aerospace and defense industry. We've helped place 150 student interns or in co-ops, either again through NASA or aerospace industry. We support and fund more than 85% of the students, and all of them come from the El Paso zip codes. Our center, and this is just a rough approximation, about 35% of the students that work for the center are undergrads, and the rest of them are either PhD or master students. On average, we have 120 students working with us for the past couple of semesters, and we have approximately 15 faculty and staff helping with these projects. So during those students that get a job opportunity at the center have a chance to, get internships, get technical training, and not only that, but some professional technical work or publications done, like journal articles, conference publications. And you can see in the pictures we have the UTEP pick that's out by the I-10. That's only a small portion of our team. You all can also see, and if you can see it with my mouse, it's Claudia at one of her internship opportunities, Luis goofing off after a presentation, with some of our guests, and some of our graduates as well. That I think this was in last year. So it's definitely a very dynamic environment. Our goal is to close that gap, to be sure to get students from our zip codes into these high energy and excellent job opportunities that are out there. Just because you're in El Paso doesn't mean you have to stay here. There's a lot of opportunities in either other cities and even opportunities within El Paso that can get you into the aerospace industry. So we try to close that gap, be able to have not only students coming in from other cities, but inspire them since K through 12. So we offer some outreach. We have our students reach out and then, engage them in the labs and classes through mechanical, through electrical, through any other courses that we have, and be able to educate them. The students teach each other, faculty teach the students as well, those technical, those soft skills, and get them prepared to get employed. On the top right, you'll see Senya. She's one of our graduates. She's been working, I think, at Marshall for over 6 years, and she loves it. She went through the program as well, and that's where we want to get all of our students employed through these centers. And just to give you a rough idea, these are not all of our partners, but this is just sort of a breakdown of everyone that we've worked with in the past. It includes NASA, United Launch Alliance, Blue Origin, Lockheed Martin, other universities as well. We've even partnered up with Western Tech to be able to have that collaboration of bringing in some of the techs to help some of our researchers do some of the work as well, some of the more technical hands-on work. So the research in itself, when we generate this research and hire these students, we don't expect students to, know everything when they come in and be experts. You're here and coming into the research centers as undergraduates or graduate students to learn, to absorb all this information and to take advantage of the opportunities. So I'll go ahead and start off giving you a little bit of a taste of the facilities and the type of work that are done in each facility. So we have a few on campus. That includes the Goddard Research Facility. So we do combustion and propulsion. We have flame studies, emission analyzers. This is in the engineering building. We test rockets that are about the size of my pinky. So they're pretty tiny, and some of them that are maybe 6 inches long. So they're pretty small hardware. So we put them into these sort of a big can. You can see it on the bottom left-hand corner where we do the test operations. We keep them in there, we fire up the engine and then see if it works, if it doesn't work, if not, how do we fix it? We also have the Challenger Columbia Research Facility, in which we do more material processing and characterization. You can see on the top right, that's actually an image taken with sensors that we have in the lab and after during the test. So those are real-time measurements of stress, strain, creep, whatever the research may be doing. And we have a lot of machinery that helps do that as well. We also have a Computational Laboratory that is more focused on being able to take all this data that is outputted in the labs, whether it was, raw data voltage, raw data current, be able to post-process or even do simulations. You can see that one of the pictures, if I can find my mouse, right here on the televisions of the lab, those are actual simulations that the students have run, made videos, and they've posted them on the televisions just to be able to, show off their work per se. We also have the Unmanned Aerial Vehicle Systems Laboratory, and that's also on campus. So students get a chance to, do the software programming, do hands-on work, soldering, putting the systems together, and then eventually going to our off-campus facility, flying them. Or even here on campus, some of the athletics fields allow us to fly some of the drones. But getting that experience is really exciting. Being able to see, the drone fly and not crash and burn is incredible. And that is, right now we have about 28 aircrafts, and they include from something that's about the size of the palm of my hand, to something that has a 10-foot wingspan. So they range in the way they fly and the size as well. Here are some of the off-campus facilities that we have access to. So we have Triac Park, those are at Favens. So that's Technology, Research, Innovation, and Acceleration Park. This is where we have our larger hardware where we can't test on campus, and it's just more safe to test them out at Favens in a little bit of a more cleared out area where there's not such a dense population. We also have a facility out of Tornillo where we do some of the testing for some of the drones where it's larger range. And of course, we have the spacecraft design and engineering facility by downtown. So Triac Park is basically this piece of desert. We have, a few test cells They're just metal sheet buildings. We have a test tower, but the goal is to be able to have these hardware in this area that's, you know, again, away from the population and be able to do test firings. On the bottom left-hand side, you can actually see some of the flame images that we took for some of our tests. And that was just to be able to verify that 3D printed igniter and injector were working properly. And it was, you know, we were getting flame. And of course, without us being, you know, leaning right over it and in danger. So we didn't want to do that. On the next slide, you also see HQ side, which is basically a hangar, and that's where we do all of our system integration. On the top right-hand side, this is actually the system that we were running and took the flame pictures out of. So the hardware is larger, heavier, and it's just an area where the students can put these items together before testing and operation. So it's all, you know, assembly, troubleshooting, and things of that sort. And this location is actually in Favens, right by the airport. Here's another few more pictures. Starting from the left side, you can see where we tested some of our smaller hardware, which is a reaction control engine, and that's the flame it produced down, and that was done in December. Excuse me. And then we were actually testing a 500-pound engine also in December. You can see the test setup on the top right-hand corner. It's 2 trailers. The engine is basically a third of this like big black structure that you can see in my mouse. But we were able to test it. It was a big, you know, operation. We had to be wearing cryo gear, and here you can see some of our team members in the middle of the night trying to finish off, you know, the test operations. And it's just really exciting for our students to be able to say, you know what, I participated in a rocket engine test. I know how to handle cryogen. So it's really a resume booster to be able to say, you know, maybe you won't ever have to handle cryogen again, but now you're aware of the safety. Now you're aware of the procedures and precautions that you may need to take at maybe your future job. In addition to that, we have the Tornillo Facility. And as you can see, there's a bunch of pictures of the drones that we have. Again, the students go out there. Some of them they just throw and they hope they fly. Some of them, you know, they step back and hope they, you know, elevate. But they're troubleshooting on site. And it's a really dynamic environment. We ask the students, you know, sometimes they're there Friday, 8 hours straight. But it's really rewarding when they can see, hey, the software that I programmed really worked. We were able to get it through, and something that's innovative as well. We're actually part of the team as a center. We're one of the first cities that were able to implement unmanned aerial tracking. So anything that's under 400 feet, the city has the capability now to track drones under 400 feet, which a lot of the United States is not able to do. And that's thanks to the work that the students were able to put in, the work the faculty had to put in. So it's really been rewarding and has given us a lot of opportunities, putting us on the map, you know, to highlight again the student talent. This is the next facility where we do spacecraft design. It's more focused on satellites. We've actually launched our first satellite as a center, and that's the picture that you can see on the top center. It's called Orbital Factory 2. Right under the satellite, you can see an antenna and a control room that we actually were able to communicate with our satellite, with our control, our ground station. So that's a really, you know, rewarding thing, and it was done all within, I think, a year and a half. So students were in the clean room assembling, testing, vacuum testing, you know, the system, will it work, will it not work, doing orbital analysis, making sure that everything was up to regulations so that it could be launched. So it was a very fast paced, but a really exciting experience again. And again, the majority of the work all of the work is done by the students. And of course, we have a lot of guidance from our industry partners and our faculty as well. So in addition to what the technical training that we usually offer students, there's more than that. And you might say, well, you have to do more than just like launch rockets and launch satellites. So yes, it's more than that. And what we're trying to do again is to be able to prepare you for the industry and be successful and well-rounded. So it means a lot of talking. I know as engineers, sometimes we're like the quiet person in the room and we try to sit in the back of the classroom. Well, we try to kind of make you um, step out and get comfortable in your shoes. And we do that by, inviting you to tours, inviting you to talks. As an employee, you are the one giving, the tours to in the pictures you can see top left, CEO and founder of the United Launch Alliance is, talking to Paulina about the work she's doing in the lab. The next top right is one of I believe her name is Adriana, and she's one of the NASA STEM engagement, top leaders in education, and she's, hanging out with some of our students and having those conversations. We can see center left, David Alexander, doing his final presentation to the key stakeholders for LANL. And I mean, it's just really engaging. People that our stakeholders and our partners are really excited to have students work in these projects. On the bottom left, you can see this old man. He's actually one of the top experts at Glenn for liquid propulsion, and he's grilling our students of like, yeah, well, why did you do it like this? And it's funny because you think, oh, that's not going to happen in industry, but that does happen in industry. There's always going to be that old fart that's going to grill you in the meetings, and it's better. And in a way, the university environment is a safe place to fail, because you get used to these type of meetings, these type of questionings. In the center, you can see a gentleman with the blue shirt. We were giving him a tour out at Babin's, and he totally just jumped on the trailer and started asking questions. And that's great. We're excited that they're engaged, and it was a wonderful experience for our students to be able to answer those questions. And unfortunately, some of these conversations not only help you to feel better and more comfortable in your feet and in yourself, but bring job opportunities. I know when Mr. Tori Bruno, CEO of United Launch Alliance, came by, he took one of our engineers, within 3 months, he was already working there. When NASA comes by, we're always getting pathways, engaged, and it's just a matter of having that communication, talking to these visitors, having the opportunity to meet them and, show them what the work you're doing. It really does make a difference. But all that means nothing if you can't explain it to students. To students just like us, at one point we were little. I remember that at one point I didn't really know what an engineer was. I'm like, yeah, they fix stuff, right? Yeah, it's a mechanic. But it's really important for us as a center is to engage the community and say, you know what, this is what we do at UTEP. And when, we've done a great job with the Keck Center, with mechanical engineering, with some of the other departments at UTEP, bringing UTEP to some of these schools and engaging them and saying, you know what, we take flight simulators, 3D printers, our drones, and be able to say, you know what, this is engineering. It doesn't mean you're going to be at a mechanic shop. It doesn't mean you're going to be in this closed room on a computer all day. It really is this great career that you can really do anything. So it's again, learning to communicate that maybe you were okay talking to the CEO who's a technical expert, but bringing down that technical aspect and inspiring other students is also a good thing that the center is passionate about, and being able to bring, the next round of students, the people that, I don't know, maybe someday you'll supervise at work. So that's really something that's very important to us as well. And I don't know if I mentioned to it, but as a center, and because we have great relationships with our partners, we also have the opportunity to try to set up internships for our students. And if we can go from top left and we'll go around. You can see James Holtz. Yeah.
I'm going to interrupt you really quickly just so that we can honor everybody else's time. I know students are very eager to learn about our aerospace center. You
Sure.
and I both know we have an aerospace bachelor's degree coming up in the department as well.
That's exciting.
So I was wondering if in the chat you could type in any email or social media or website that students can go to if they want to apply. Perfect. So everybody, if you would want to take a picture, a screenshot, write this down. This is a wonderful opportunity for our students. It's one of the biggest research centers, not only on campus, but for the department. Everyone always wants to work with them, and rightly so. So definitely write all this information down. Luz, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to present. I know our students appreciate it, and so do we. Thank you, Luz.
No, and any questions, feel free to send it to the email that's on the screen, and we'll do our best to answer any questions.
Awesome. Thank you, Luz. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Now we are going to have the WM Keck Center. They are going to present. They're another huge research center we have in the department, and I believe it is like one of the biggest 3D manufacturing centers like in the Southwest. So Mireya is going to give everyone a little bit more information on this. Hi, Mireya.
Hi, everyone. Okay, so I have a presentation. Just wanted to make sure everybody can see my screen.
Yes.
You got it? Okay. So I wanted to start off with a little video on additive manufacturing. This video has been on our website for some time, so many of you may have seen it. I hope that we have some students that are new to the department on the call, and so I wanted just to show a little video about what we do as far as additive manufacturing, which, as you may know, is commonly called 3D printing. So I'll go ahead and play that. There is audio. I hope you all can see it or can hear it. If you can't, let me know and I can just talk through it.
Okay, so it seems like we may not be able to hear it on our end.
Okay, so basically, what we're doing here is we're 3D printing a motor. So here, this is a process that we call stop and go, where we print a few layers of a device. We instruct, build, and then we actually embed components into the 3D printed part. So this is a smaller printer. This is called a U-print, which uses a material extrusion process. It's the 3D printing process that more people are familiar with. So you can see the process is interrupted. The student placed magnets and wiring into the part, and then the part is taken back into the printer, and more layers are printed up to basically encapsulate all of those components. What's cool about this particular item is that he takes it out of the printer and he plugs it in and it's basically ready to go. So I said this is a motor, and not all processes are like this, where you just take the part out of the printer and it works. But this is one of the benefits of additive manufacturing, and so I'll move on to that. And that video is on our website. So if you want to watch it with audio, you can go to keck.utep.edu and you can watch the video, as well as some other videos that we have. So just a little bit of background. The Keck Center was founded in 2000, and we have 13,000 square feet on campus, and we have an additional facility, which we call the Cotton Facility, downtown, which is an additional 17,000 square feet. We've worked with more than 100 industrial customers and 10 federal agencies on different R&D projects. We have an expanding patent portfolio, and of course, we hire a lot of students every semester to work on these projects and to interact with these funding agencies and gain experience that they can then use in their future careers in engineering. We also have an economic development initiative, and so we're working towards expanding regional businesses in additive manufacturing, and basically encouraging those who may have ideas for startups in additive manufacturing to develop those ideas. We were also selected as an America Makes Satellite Center in 2015. So America Makes is a DoD-funded institute that has been around for some time now, and we are a satellite center, and we work very closely with them. By the way, if you hear me use the terms additive manufacturing and 3D printing, they basically mean the same thing. So here's a little bit of a history on the Keck Center. Like I said, we were founded in 2000. We purchased our first 3D printing machine. We started expanding and adding faculty members. So here in 2005, we were joined by Dr. Eric McDonald, who left a few years ago. He went to Youngstown State University and is now back with us starting this fall. So we're excited to have him back. In 2007, we purchased our first metals machine. And actually right before that, in 2006, we grew from the small space that we had to 6,000 square feet. In 2012, which was a couple years after I joined the Keck Center, we expanded to our current size on campus, which is 13,000 square feet. In 2016, we obtained this downtown facility, which we call the Cotton Facility, which gave us an additional 17,000 square feet. The following year in 2017, we launched our graduate certificate, which I'm going to talk about in the next few slides. And yeah, I mean, we're growing. Now we have this cotton facility that I'll talk about a little bit more, but it's being remodeled, or it has been remodeled, and it's really exciting for us to expand to that facility. So I wanted to talk to you about a couple of opportunities. The first is the graduate certificate in 3D engineering and additive manufacturing. So this is primarily for those of you graduate students. It's a 15 credit hour program. It typically takes about a year to complete, and it'll give you exposure to most of our state-of-the-art equipment that we have at the Keck Center. It consists of a combination of lectures, design simulations, and also some hands-on projects. The program consists of these 5 courses. The introductory course, the design course, and the advanced course are all semester-long courses. And then we have these 2 design studios that take place during either the wintermester or the Maymester. And so the way this would work, if you do complete the program in a year, is that you would take the introductory course starting in the fall. You would then take Design Studio 1 during the wintermester. You would take the design course in the spring, Design Studio 2 in the Maymester, and then you would take the advanced course the following fall. And so it's about a year, a little bit over a year to complete. But yeah, these design studios, they're meant to give you the hands-on component of the course. And so the introductory course and the advanced course are taught during the fall, and the design course is taught in the spring. So currently we have 1 intro course and 1 advanced course. going on, and they're going on online. So, you know, participation in this certificate program is going to open up an avenue of opportunities for you. This program, you know, we've had students that have successfully graduated and gone on to work at some of the equipment manufacturers. So some of the manufacturers of the 3D printers that we use here in the lab. A lot of our other students who have worked here in the Keck Center have gone on to tremendous opportunities at industries, so places like Lockheed Martin, Raytheon, Boeing, and so on. But many of them have also gone on to DoD. They've gone on to other universities to pursue graduate degrees in, you know, outside of UTEP. And so this is definitely a great opportunity, and it's a great program if you are looking for a career in additive manufacturing. So there is an admission process. First, you know, the program is primarily for graduate students. So one of the requirements is a bachelor's degree. You also have to submit an official transcript or resume and a single letter of recommendation from a faculty member or a supervisor. For new students, so students not currently enrolled at UTEP, you have to submit these documents and your application form to graduate school. So that's utep.edu/graduate. However, if you're already a student, if you're already pursuing a master's or a PhD at UTEP, and you're interested in participating in the graduate certificate, all you have to do is send us an email at gc3d@utep.edu and let us know that you're interested in requesting admittance to the certificate program. And so we will then contact graduate school and they will enroll you in the program without you having to submit a new application. There is an opportunity for current undergraduate students to start taking classes. You can apply for the fast track combined bachelor's and master's program through mechanical engineering. And so that will allow you as an undergraduate student, I believe in your last year of your bachelor's degree, to start taking classes towards this graduate certificate. You know, you can choose to hopefully you finish the certificate and go on to complete your master's degree. And I've put Miss Ileana Solis's email on here because she would be the one to contact if you are interested in that fast track option. It's important to say that official admission to the graduate certificate is not required for enrollment in the classes, so you can take the classes and not necessarily complete the certificate. Although, of course, we highly encourage you to complete the certificate because the certificate will, of course, go on your transcript for future employers to see. If you do have any other questions about the graduate certificate, you can reach out to Dr. David Espalin at despalin@utep.edu. So he is one of the Keck faculty members, and he is also the advisor for this program. The other opportunity, and sorry, I keep checking my phone just to make sure I don't go over time. But the other opportunity I wanted to bring to your attention is this new program called Drive AM. So Drive AM is a new project that we were recently awarded from the Department of Defense. And this program actually came from Congress. And so Congress awarded UTEP these funds to really perfect, if you can say, this education and training program. So we've been training in additive manufacturing for several years now, working very closely with the Department of Defense. I would say we started our training program in 2015. And so this has now grown to this program called Drive AM, which includes training of DoD through various levels of proficiency. And so AM Foundation being the first level, which is basically a member of the military taking a training at the introductory level. They can then move up to AM Specialty, and then move up to AM Authority over a period of time. And so we're very excited because we're hoping to train a lot more members of the armed forces, as well as some of the DoD support personnel through this program. The nice thing about Drive AM is that it has a second component, which we call Drive 3D, which is training of K through 12 and the community. So I know that the Aerospace Center has been doing K through 12 training for a long time. For us, it's a little bit newer, and so we're really looking to engage some of the local community and some of these local schools in additive manufacturing training. There's another component of business creation. So again, members of the community or members of the UTEP community who have business ideas can develop some of those business ideas through this Drive AM program. So we're very excited about this effort. A lot of what is going to take place through Drive AM is going to happen at our cotton facility. And so, again, this is a 17,000 square foot facility in downtown El Paso. The facility has gone through an extensive remodel, and it's probably going to go through more. But really the focus of this new building is to develop this STEM pipeline of students that, start learning about 3D printing from a young age, come to UTEP, get their degrees in engineering, and then go on to careers in additive manufacturing. The other component of this is DoD training and interacting with DoD to develop these next generation products. And then, of course, creating businesses here in the local community focused on 3D printing technology. So we are going to have some positions opening here at the Keck Center, particularly for this Drive AM program. And so we are looking for motivated students who want to participate in helping us develop some of this training curriculum, because this is a very, very extensive training program, and we're going to have to develop a lot of training materials. So we're looking for students to help us there. There's also a big research aspect of Drive AM, and so incorporating some of these results that we get from our research into our training materials is going to be very important. And so we're primarily looking for graduate students, but undergraduate student applications are welcome as well. I will, shortly after I'm done with my presentation, I'll attach the application to the chat so that you all can have access to that. And we ask that you complete the application and then send us that along with your resume to wmkeckcenter@utep.edu. We are taking applications starting immediately. This program officially kicked off September 1st, so it's going to be very fast-paced, and we are moving forward very quickly.
Awesome. We do have two questions for you, Mireya, from the chat. One student is wondering if working at the Keck Center, do you focus more on research on additive manufacturing and materials, or do you focus more on producing the products for your clients? So
it's both. We do have the Keck Center is, I guess you can say, divided into two branches. The larger branch is our research branch, and so we do work with a lot of industry and government on R&D projects. But we also build parts for customers. So, a local business can reach out and ask us to build a part for them. I would say that's our smaller component. And so if you join the Keck Center, you will more than likely be working in research, not so much on direct part fabrication.
Thank you. And then we have two more questions. One is asking, who would be a good point of contact for embedded AM, specifically circuits for collaboration in research projects?
Sure. So you can see our faculty members all listed here. If you're talking about embedding in polymers, the person to contact would be Dr. Espalin, and his email is here, despalin@utep.edu. If you're talking about embedding in metals or ceramic materials, Francisco Medina would be your point of contact. And he is also a mechanical engineering faculty member.
Awesome. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say, our website, keck.utep.edu, is listed here if you want to learn more about what we do. We also have a Facebook page, facebook.com/UTEP Keck Center. Like I said, if you're interested in working here, I highly encourage you to submit an application and a resume.
And the biggest question we always get, Mireya, is there a GPA requirement, and do they have to be U.S. citizens to apply?
So typically we ask for a 3.0 GPA, although we will still review your application even if your GPA is below that. We understand that there's always, issues and reasons why your GPA may have dropped. The other question about citizenship is no, you do not have to be a U.S. citizen. We do have projects that require that everybody working on the project be U.S. citizens. But no, we also have a lot of international students working with us that are not U.S. citizens. So no, I guess neither one of those should be a limiting factor, although a GPA of 3.0 is preferred.
Awesome. Perfect. Thank you so much, Mireya. I hope everyone took pictures or a screenshot of this page. If not, we will upload this video to our YouTube tomorrow, so you can always go back and review it. And I'm assuming you can also use that email address, WM Keck Center, to submit any questions that you might have.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time, Mireya. We really appreciate it. Now we'll be moving forward to our student organizations. So up first we have SAE, and we will be focusing on their team for Mini Baja. So if we have the representative, feel free to turn on your screen and share it.
All right, let me just do this. And then let me share. It's loading.
It's loading. Yeah.
All right, there. Oh, what?
There you go. We see it now.
Actually, let me see. It's this one. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
What? And
you're building up the anticipation. It's okay.
I know. Oh man, it's because I'm trying to open up the one that's just for Baja.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, actually. you guys see this?
Yes.
Okay, let me just put it here then. All right, there. So, as most of you know, Baja is the team that builds an off-road buggy, right? We design and build an off-road buggy. Baja will, so what is Baja? That's, I just said it right. What you will learn in Baja is you will learn how to work in an automotive company. You'll learn how an automotive company works. You will learn how to problem solve and how to work in a team. And that's very important to work in a team. You can't just be yourself. You can't just do that. You have to work in a team. You have to be able to work efficiently. So Baja, the real competition goes over 8 tests. The first one here is endurance, but actually endurance is the last one to take place. And all it is you just race your car with all the other universities until your car can't go anymore. So the more laps you do, the more points you get. And you can flip over, you can do a whole bunch of things, but your car must go on. If it doesn't go on, you stop right there. Steering is they put cones in a certain pattern and your car must maneuver through it. The faster you go, the more points you get, right? Acceleration is your car is at a stop and you have to go 100 meters. The faster you go on those 100 meters, the more points you get. Hill climb, your car is at a stop and the farther you go up the hill, the more points you get. Suspension is actually a really fun one. It's right here on the bottom right. That's the course for suspension for 2018. As you can see, there's a wheel. There's a big wheel in the front, and there's a concrete boulder right in front of it, and then there's a puddle. And after the puddle, there's a lot of logs loosely placed right there. And then after that is a big hill. So your car must go through all of those as fast as possible, and the faster you go, the more points you get. And your car it goes all over the place on that one. And then the last 3, the cost, design, and sales are actually static events. So you don't have to bring your car. A team of people go to the judges and explain how much the car was, how much did it cost, the design, why you did the design, and why didn't you go with another design maybe. And the sales, you have to convince the judges why your car is the best and why they should buy it instead of the other universities, This is the design from last year. What we're changing this year is the front suspension right here, the brakes, and the steering. The front suspension is going to be as well an A-arm, but it's going to be a little different. The brakes are going to be on the bottom and the steering is going to go over the brakes. It's going to be a whole different thing. But those are the 3 main things that we're going to change this year. And everything that we're going to do this year is just going to be pure manufacturing and testing. Last year we did the designing, we did everything, the calculations. This year's going to be fun, super fun. We're just going to be we're just going to be manufacturing, welding, grinding, lathing, whatever, and testing in the track that we have. That's all we're going to do this year, hopefully. If you're interested in joining Baja, there's a link in the Facebook page of SAE where you can join, and I think maybe Amara can help us with that if you can't access Facebook. But the main thing is link is on Facebook and you can join there. And I don't know if there's any questions. It's a really short slide. I don't have a lot of things to say. Okay.
Okay, so I posted the Facebook link on your chat. First question we got, what if you don't have social media?
Oh,
So
yeah.
I will personally answer that if it's okay with you, Saul.
Yeah.
I understand if you don't use social media for personal reasons, but I would highly recommend maybe starting to use social media, at least professionally. I know as a student, one of the best ways to stay connected with UTEP and all its offerings and all its opportunities is through social media. Personally, the department shares a lot of job opportunities, internship opportunities, events through social media. So I would recommend doing that. But if you don't have Facebook right now, is there another way they could join, Saud?
So they don't join through Facebook. They just get the link and they go through Teams. So
Okay.
they just need to have Teams. They'll have,
Okay.
they'll get the information there. Once they join Teams, they'll get the messages from the rookie team and everything. You know, they just need to have Teams.
Okay, I'm going to attach the link to the rookie team here so you guys can find it. Another common question we are getting is, when do you guys meet, and are there any requirements to join?
Okay, so Baja meets on Fridays at 11. The rest of the teams, they'll say at the times they meet, all the other teams. But Baja is Friday at 11 a.m. and there isn't any requirements to join. You just have to be consistent on going, you know, because
Right.
if you go 1 week and you don't show up till the next month, then I don't know if you're part of the team or not, you know. So you just have to be consistent, and I'll know you're part of the team.
Right, exactly. And someone is asking if you can be a major outside of ME to join, and I believe that answer is yes, right?
Yes. Actually, we encourage outside of ME because we need electrical. We need, you know, we need a lot more than just mechanical.
Yeah. And then we have one question that's asking, does the organization get any help from the seniors or anyone who's, I'm assuming, like an upperclassman or more experienced with the design and manufacturing process?
Well, like, are if they're part of the team or they mentor us?
I think both. Like, how do you guys learn how to manufacture all of this?
Oh, okay. So, yeah. If there's an upperclassman there that knows how to work the machine, they'll teach us, and then after that, we'll start doing it. About the mentoring part, though, we don't really have. We have one advisor, and it's Professor Cedillos. But everything else we learn from each other. You know, like how to use this machine. Well, you ask this guy, and then he'll teach you, and then after that, you know how to do it.
Right. And then Alexander asked, does Baja have a facility?
Yes. All of SAE is in the design studio, and we use the design studio and the machine shop to manufacture there.
Right. So for those of you who don't know, underneath the ME office, if you go down the stairs or use the elevator, you will see the design studio and the machine shop. We do have a machine shop employee who does offer his advice and helps students with the manufacturing process. And anytime they have questions, they can also go to Dr. Chessa, who's the chairman of the department, and he's always happy to provide his honest opinions of like any design or manufacturing elements they're working on. Okay, we have another question. Are there limits as to what sections of the whole design manufacturing process you're able to work on depending on your classification?
No. If you know how to do a part, I'm not gonna stop you because you're a freshman or a sophomore. You know, you can do whatever. If you mess up, I mean, it happens. You can do it all over. I still mess up on some parts. You know, we can't really be perfect. You know, but no, you can be a freshman and be milling something or designing something. It doesn't matter. It's part of the learning experience. That's how you learn, and that's how you get better. So,
right.
Yeah.
And something I always hear from SAE members is they want new members and they want freshmen. They want people who are outside of ME. As long as you're dedicated, they prefer it so that throughout the years at UTEP, you will become part of the team and you will grow and learn how to do things appropriately. So then you can then teach the next generation of students who are coming. So it's always about teaching each other.
Yes.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you so much for your time, Saud.
It's no problem. Thank you.
We do have more SAE teams.
Yes.
And up next, we do have Sae Eco Shell Marathon. So if we have a rep who is going to present on behalf of SAE, hi.
Hello, I'm trying to.
No
turn my
worries, you
camera
got this, Vanessa.
Yes, so I also have Ashley here with me, another member.
It's
We're
so nice to see you
together.
guys.
And let's share. Yeah. All right.
Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So obviously, really quick, I just left the little cover slide here for SAE. It's one of our last group pictures that we had. Next. All right, so we are the Shell Eco Marathon team. I can't speak. We're the Eco Miners. So a little introduction into Shell is that it's still under SAE, but the competition itself is not an SAE competition. So it is a global competition across the entire world. So we compete in the Shell Eco Marathon Americas competition, and that includes North America, South America, completely. So Mexico, Ecuador, Canada, Brazil, like every country on this continent, basically. And there's 88 schools participating, thousands of students in the competitions. And they also have Asia and Europe. So the purpose for us is to kind of research, design, manufacture, and test our prototype vehicles. So we start from zero. And since last year, we actually switched over from a combustion engine over to an electrical engine. So we honestly started from zero, started learning everything. So I would say nobody's an expert, but we are all taking this time to learn about every single component that we're designing in the vehicle. So the race consists of a 6.4-mile track, and the point is to be fuel efficient. So if you're using a combustion engine, you want to use the least amount of fuel. If you're using an electric engine, you want to use the least amount of power. So this really offers an opportunity for everybody to test the knowledge of skills that you're developing in class, and putting hands-on participation in every aspect, from research to designing a part into actually manufacturing it, kind of the same thing as Baja. So our competition also goes through a lot of inspections similar to Baja, and we have to be able to pass all those inspections for the safety of everyone else and our driver, because there's actually a person in our vehicle. So this year the competition is slightly different because of the coronavirus. They are actually incorporating a lot of online competitions, and also the inspection is going to be online. So there's going to be kind of like a two-part inspection of the vehicle, and it's going to be done virtually this year. So this is not new just to us, but to everybody in the competition. So it's going to be pretty interesting coming up. So just to kind of show you guys a little bit of the design. So the top is a digital representation of our vehicle, like a side view. So to the left is the front of the vehicle, and to the right is the back of the vehicle. And if you look at the bottom left, there's a little picture of a little dummy with wheels. All of that is inside of that vehicle. So our driver is like almost laying down, trying to be as most aerodynamic as possible. We're learning how to do FEAs, all this kind of stuff. And honestly, I was able to participate in this team and learn about all of these aspects, like aerodynamics and calculations, and running these programs way before I actually learned it in class. So I really think that gave me kind of,
Understand knowledge.
Yeah, a better understanding knowledge before I got into the classroom. And I was able to really grasp what they were saying, and kind of, make connections to what I was learning on my own with this team and what I was learning in the class. So like I said, everything's going to be virtual. Not everything. We're still hoping to participate in a physical competition next semester, but they're doing a lot of virtual things. And One of the other competitions that they're having for this year, for this semester, is Pitch the Future. So this is going to be a bunch of little challenges. Registration is going on right now, so I'm about to register the team. We have our first meeting here on Friday, so I'm trying to get the team together, talk it out, and go ahead and register the team for this first competition. So we're really excited to start, and like we said before with Baja, like we really need everybody, especially now we're going into an electric engine. We really need people that either have a good understanding of electrical components or like are willing to learn and help us out. So if you have any background in electrical, coding as well, we're making our own controller. So those are not our strong suits. So if we can have anybody that is willing to help us out, join, learn, we welcome you into our rookie teams, which is something new that we're also doing for SAE this semester. So yeah, please join the rookie team. And I actually have, you can take a picture of that, and that'll also be the link to join the rookie team. Does anybody have questions?
We do have a question in the chat, and I know this one might be a little bit difficult to answer, but they are asking, when will the first competition be?
So usually the competition is like at the end of May, beginning of April. So technically that is still the plan as far as I know. They haven't released the rules yet for Americas. So all they've released is the global rules, which is just kind of the design requirements for the different types of vehicles. There's different types of competitions and races within the Shell Eco Marathon competition. So there's a concept vehicle and a prototype vehicle, and we're doing prototype, and then within prototype, it splits up into 3 more categories. So they've released the rules for the vehicle design, but they haven't released the rules for the competition. But I'm assuming and hoping that it's going to be similar to previous years. So May, April. Oh, March, April. I don't know my months.
Okay, thank you. We have more questions. So one person is asking, I guess, what the rookie team is and if they participate in any competitions.
Okay, so the rookie team does not participate in a competition per se, but what we wanted to do this year with the rookie team was we wanted to be able to introduce new members to all the organizations. And this was kind of an easy way to show you a little bit of what each team does. So each team actually designed a little project for the new rookies to join. So you're able to experience, hands-on what we do as a team, and you're able to come to one of our meetings. It's a short 1 week, an assignment that you'll have, and then you'll meet with the team. But it'll take a month because you'll get to meet with all 4 teams. And then after that, you kind of get an inside look at who we are as a team and what we do, so that you can make, a better decision on what team, really fits you and what you want to participate in.
Okay, that leads perfectly to the next question. Can they join 2 SAE teams simultaneously?
So I don't think you can. I know that you want to be a part of one team fully. You want to be able to invest all the time that you have in participating into a team. However, I do believe, maybe our president or somebody else can correct me here. What we want to do is, if you're working on a certain section of your vehicle and that section is done, and one of the other organizations really needs, your help or assistance in something else, then absolutely we are allowing that. But we really want, especially if it's your first semester with us, to really be involved in a team as a whole. So we would suggest that you join one team, and then we'll go from there, I guess.
And the president is here, so Jesus, if you want to go ahead, you can turn on your mic and give a little more information.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Rodolfo Moreno, and I'm the president of SAE. Like Vanessa said, it's not recommended, but certain people have a very specific skill set. So maybe it is useful for all of the teams. So if you talk with your main team and then want to help another one, you would have to talk to both teams and have them agree that you can work on both projects at once. So yeah, that depends on the teams and on the captains. but definitely it is not encouraged. That's why we're working with the rookie team, so that you guys can have an experience on all of the teams and you can decide on one of them.
Right, yeah, exactly. And I know probably in the past they have experienced members jumping, from different projects. And ultimately, I know it's because a lot of people are interested at what the other team has to offer, but it does hurt the team you're trying to devote your time to, because then they lose a member, or, they don't have as many hands on deck as they were anticipating. So we definitely encourage the rookie team so you can get a little taste of everything, and then you can, decide what team works best for you. And we do have another question, Vanessa. So Christian asked, what was the reason for switching over to electric?
So I think the main reason, of course, is because that was our guidance from the chair of the mechanical engineering department. And we really wanted to just kind of move in a different direction slightly, because we were having some issues in previous years with the combustion engine. So this is what my understanding is that they were having, some issues with the combustion engines in previous years. So Dr. Chesa decided, the best idea was to kind of start over, start new, start fresh, and, rejoin the competition basically from the start.
And then someone commented, more torque too, right?
Yes. Yes.
Alrighty. Does anyone else have any questions? If you do, feel free to type them in the chat, or you can turn on your mic and ask a question. We have about 3 more minutes with this team before we jump over to our next SAE team.
I guess I'll leave my camera on.
Okay, I will also add that our SAE teams are also funded. They do their own fundraisers to get the monies that they need, but they also have funding sources with UTEP as well. So you'll never have to purchase anything out of pocket. If you do, you will get reimbursed. The department will order parts that you need, or if you see a part that you need to get, as long as you give us a heads up ahead of time, because there are certain, limitations, you can purchase the part and get reimbursed as well. Adrian is asking, does electric save money too?
I hope so. That's what Tesla's doing, right?
Yeah. It's safer.
I kind of want to jump onto what you were saying too. Is I really believe we really have at least for Shell and SAE as a whole, we really have the mechanical engineering department backing us up right now. And I know that you guys have invested a lot of money in our teams. So we're actually really excited. I know Dr. Chesa has mentioned that he's ordered some new equipment for us. So I'm excited to be able to get back to manufacturing and get to use that stuff. No, so you don't. I see the question is, do you have to join? Do you have to be a freshman or sophomore to join? So no, I guess you can join the rookie team if you're new to SAE. Mm-hmm. So if you're new to SAE, it doesn't matter what classification you are. If you're new to SAE and you want to, check it out, then join our rookie team.
Don't wait till the last minute.
Yes, and Nayeli is kind of like our front runner for the program. So like she mentioned, she will be talking more about it in detail.
And then I think someone else has their hands up. Jesus Cruz? No? Did you put it down? Alrighty. Yeah, is that you? Guman, no, right? Jesus.
I just wanted to mention what Vanessa said, that Nayeli is running the rookie team, so she's going to give more details on her formula presentation.
But yes, I would definitely say it doesn't matter if you're a senior, join us. If anything, you'll get to meet new students and, just get experience on something new and different.
I will also add, a lot of companies specifically are looking for engineering students who work on these vehicles hands-on. So for example, General Motors reached out to us and they specifically wanted SAE students. They wanted the students who work on the vehicles. So even if you are a senior, it's still 1 year of your life that you can experience this, add it to your resume. and that might give you the extra boost you need. Okay, so thank you so much, Eco Shell. Yes, no, Shell Eco Marathon. There you go.
Used to.
It's so hard. All right, thank you guys. Next we have Nayeli, who's going to talk about Sae Lombardi Racing, which is another racing team we have.
Hey. Hey guys, so like Myra said, I'm Nayeli Ontiveros and I'm the captain of Lombardi Racing. So it's the Formula SAE team here on campus. And I'm also the rookies team coordinator. So I'll be, at the end of my slides, I'll be talking more about that and answering all of your questions. But here, let me share my screen real quick. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Awesome. So a little bit about us. So Formula SAE is a team that is building a Formula One style race car from scratch. And so we're called Lombardi Racing. And basically what we do is through researching, designing, manufacturing, testing, developing, marketing, managing, and financing, we build a Formula One style race car. And we get to race our vehicle against other universities and colleges around the world. And during the competition, our vehicle will be inspected in a series of tests, including static inspection, engineering design, solo performance, trials, and high performance track endurance. And so here we actually have a sponsor who is lending us their go-karts. So we actually have a team of drivers who get to practice in the go-karts. And pretty much like hopefully every Saturday, if we get approved by UTEP to meet up, we'll start practicing, like actually having like driving practices and stuff. So that's pretty cool. In a little history, so Lombardi Racing started back in 2017 as an all-female team. And so now we've grown to include mechanical, computer science, electrical systems, and even business majors. And so fun fact, back in 1979, when the first ever SAE Mini Indy was held, known today as the Formula SAE, 13 schools entered and 11 competed, and the University of Texas won the overall competition. And so that was history that we did not know about. And I want to continue this legacy and hopefully make UTEP proud and one day win an overall competition. So that's our goal as a team. And another neat thing about Formula is that we actually have a senior design class for Formula for our project. And Dr. Abed is the one teaching the class. So if you're a senior and you're taking senior design, make sure you sign up with Dr. Abed's lecture. That way you can take, if you're interested in doing the Formula SAE, you can do that as a project. And you do not need to be in Formula to be part of this. If you're interested, you can just, as long as you're taking her class and you ask her like, hey, I want to be part of the Formula project, she will give it to you. But it does help to be part of Formula just because you know all of the information and stuff like that. And it'll be better. But yeah.
Nayeli, can you explain what senior design is for students who may not know?
Yeah, so senior design is a class that you take your senior year. So it's actually your last semester of, I guess, your college career. And so you work on a project, depending on the professor, like they'll give you a certain project and you have the whole semester to work on that project. And you have to pretty much complete it in order to graduate. So with Formula, you can work on a certain part of the art project. And with that, you can graduate for your senior design class. Hopefully that's a good answer to it.
Yeah, definitely. So I just wanted to highlight that it does go towards your credit, towards your degree plan. So essentially you're getting course credit to be part of this team.
Definitely. And this is our current design. So we're still making a lot of changes. As you can see, like the engine part is very big. So there's still a lot of changes undergoing. So if you do join now, you will be part of the preliminary design, working on, the CAD files, everything, the analysis. And we do plan, I'll show you guys the schedule after, but we do plan on, whoops, I don't know what happened.
I think someone tried to share their screen a little early.
Oh, okay. Here, let me try sharing my screen again. Okay. Do you guys see this?
Yes.
All right. So this is our design, I guess, schedule in a way. So we decided to pretty much separate everything into phases. So we have phase 1 being like the research, inventory, preliminary CAD models, preliminary analysis. And then from there, we go to phase 2, which is like the final design, final analysis. And then phase 3 being the manufacturing, testing, and competition. And so for the first phase, we're planning to be done with the first phase by September, so the end of September. And then be done with the second phase by the end of November, and start the manufacturing process by December, and hopefully finish before spring break, and then start testing by spring break. So that's pretty much kind of like our schedule. And the way we do things is that we do not move on to the next task or phase until that phase is complete. So that's how we kind of know like where we're at with the project. And so we are having every meeting Saturday at 10 a.m. on Microsoft Teams. So we'll send you guys more information if you do decide to join us about where you can go and join us. But yeah, I hope you do join us. And I guess now to talk about the Rookies Team program. So we started, this is actually the first year that we're doing this, and hopefully it goes well, but basically it's a 4-week program, rotational program, where you get to experience 1 week in each team. And so you're gonna be working on assignment. And so after completing, the new members will get to choose what team they want to be a part of. And then you'll be initiated into that chosen team, kind of like a fraternity, you know, like you go through the process, and then at the end, like we're gonna celebrate you into our team and stuff like that. So we kind of just wanted to bring more culture into SAE. And then from there, that's when you pay the membership fee and sign the contract and stuff like that. And so we had orientation back in September. It was like, I guess, last Friday. And that's when we had orientation, but don't worry, like we have everything into our group chat and files. So like, since you're just now seeing this, you'll have all the information there. But initiation celebration, we're thinking of having that October 10th. And so we're still trying to see if it's gonna be on Microsoft Teams or in person. So hopefully it is in person. I still need to talk to Myra about that. And that's when you will officially be chosen into the, like, I guess, put into the teams and everything like that you choose. And we do, like I said, we do have a group chat. It's on Microsoft Teams, and we have a QR code at the end so you can like take a picture of it. But one thing we do ask is that you download SolidWorks and Fusion into your computer. And I put down here, like you can go to ETC, they can do it for you, or you can just download it yourself. ETC is open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And then just ignore that. That was from the first meeting. And so here's another thing. It is required for freshmen and sophomores to join the Rookies team. That way you can kind of get a feel about what each team does. As for juniors and seniors, it's recommended. You know, like I said, it's a cool thing that we're doing here. And I think it would be pretty cool for you guys to get to learn about each team and choose which one you truly want to be a part of. And so here's the QR code if you guys want to take a picture of it. But yeah, that's pretty much the Rookies team. Do you guys have any questions?
So Nayeli, I wanted to share that we do have the Mike Loya Center for Innovation and Commerce with us, and they will actually be presenting at the very end. But they work a lot with mixing engineering and business. So they were wondering, what do business majors do in the student org?
So actually, we have a whole business team. So we used to have like about 5 members, but now I think it's like 3. But basically they work on our cost reports. They work on the business presentation that we actually have to create for the competition itself. So the competition has a business part, and basically it's a PowerPoint explaining everything that we did with the car, all of our sponsorship, you know, how much money did we save. So like, it's kind of like a real company. So we have like HR in a way. We have like students working on, we have a chief of finance. She's a business major. And so she works with like getting sponsorship, fundraising, and pretty much anything that has marketing. You know, we have another person working on our sponsorship packet, and just anything that has to deal with that stuff. Like that's what the business team does. And so I'm actually, I'm trying to work with the Dean of Business to hopefully kind of create like I guess to work together to kind of get more business students to join SAE. So not just formula, but like have business students be in any team that they want to be in. And so that's something that I'm working on as well.
Naile, do you mind if I share your contact information with the people at that Mike Loya Center? Because we're also trying to work with them. Maybe, I think we were able to do it for the past few semesters, connecting the colleges so that their business students help with the business plans of like the prototypes and the materials that our engineering students create. So maybe that would be a good contact for you. Instead of reaching out to the dean, they have a lot of business students too on there and that they could connect you with.
That would be amazing. Yes,
Yeah.
of course. I can give them my contact information.
I'll go ahead and do
that.
that.
And it's something that I've been working on for a while now, like trying to get like more business students involved, because I truly believe like SAE is not even an organization anymore. Like we deal with real money, like we deal with, it's a company. And I like to say that it is a company because, you know, everything that you're doing, it's hands-on experience and you're gaining so much experience. Like I recently did an internship and everything that I've learned with, you know, formula and being part of SAE, like the internship was super easy and like they saw my skills and, you know, it's just, it really prepares you for a real company, you know, the real world. And so I truly think like being part of this team has changed my life. And that's what I want to do with other students. Like I want to be able to change their lives and include the whole university, not just business students. You know, we even have like a graphic designer who does he's working on our sponsorship and, you know, he creates our shirts and stuff like that, like logos. So.
Okay, I have two questions. One, do business students also have to join the rookie team to see which one they prefer?
So right now, we don't have the rookie team kind of cater to like business students, just because we're still trying to like get the business students. Like I said, we only have 3 students and they're currently working under formula. And but I would like, hopefully, you know, in the future to bring like a business team as well for the rookies team.
Okay, and then the next question is some students are having a hard time with the QR code. They're getting an error when they try to connect with it. So we were wondering, could you put it up again, or maybe is there a specific link that they could use instead of the QR code?
Actually, I can send the link right now on the group chat. Let me just copy it real quick.
Okay.
But yeah, definitely, I'll send you guys the link. That way you can join the rookies team.
Yeah, I think copying and pasting it might be a little bit easier, but just in case, someone did also post the QR code in the chat right now for those of you who are asking for it.
Perfect. So get link to channel. Okay, I'm about to post it right now. There you guys go. Hopefully you guys can see that.
Yes.
All right.
Awesome, thank you. So it is in the chat for those who want to click on the rookie link to join that. But is there any other email address they can use if they just have questions or anything like that?
Yeah, let me put my email address. So like if they want to contact me, I can definitely get you set up with the rookies team.
Okay.
UTEP.edu. All right. So I have uploaded my email, and then just contact me if you guys are interested. I'll help you guys. You know, I'll put you guys in groups and everything. So the rookies program started this week, so we already have groups set in place. Some students are already working on the assignments, so I'll just put you into a group that's already working on something, and all you need to do is just contact them, and they'll help you out.
Awesome, thank you. And I do see Rodolfo, the president of SAE International as a whole, also said if you are a business student and you want to join, you can contact him. And he just put SAE's email address there. So if you contact sae@utep.edu, you will be in contact with the president of the whole org, and they will get your request, comment, question, and they should get back to you shortly. Awesome. Does anyone else have any other questions? We have about 1 more minute before we transition to SAE Aero. Alrighty, I don't think so. So thank you so much. Bye, Nayeli. Alrighty. Like I said, next we have SAE Aero, and we have that captain who will be giving their presentation.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, let me share my screen real quick. I hope I clicked the right one. Nope. Not that one. Give me a second. Yeah, that's not it. Can you see the screen right here?
Yes.
Okay, let me try to. Okay, I'm having. Can you see that? I'm having some technical difficulties here.
It's okay.
I can't even see what y'all are looking at, but it's not going well. Give me a second, please. Here we go. Okay. Okay. You see that now? Okay, awesome. So my name is Steven Aguilar. I'm the current captain for the UTEP SE Aero team. And so our goal this year is to design an airplane that meets the requirements of competition. So last year's competition, it was we had to build an aircraft that could carry 3 full-size soccer balls, carry extra weight. More weight you can carry, the more points you get. And needed to also be able to take off and land within 100 feet. We can have aircraft as big or as small as you want it. We get up to 120-inch wingspan, or we can get it as little to however small you want it. But the smaller you make it, the more points you get. And so on this team, you'll learn a bunch of different types of skills: how to design, structural analysis, aerodynamics, and manufacturing techniques for building an RC aircraft. And also, we are looking for pilots. So if you do want to become a pilot, I can help you acquire your AMA and also your FAA Part 107 certification license. That will go a long way more than just the SAE Aero team. And so our overall design is pretty simple. We start from design, CADing, data analysis, manufacturing, then testing in that order. And so it just helps us if we need to change our CADing because of the analysis shows something wrong, then we can change it accordingly. And so for CADing software, we use Autodesk Fusion 360. And so we CAD the airplane before we build any parts. Before we cut anything, we'll CAD it first, and then we'll move on to our analysis. So our testing and analysis, so we just take the aerodynamics of it, the drag of the airplane, you know, try to make it as efficient as possible for steady and stable flight. We use Ansys Discovery Live and Autodesk Fusion 360 for our analysis. And this is just a little video, shows you like the streamline of our aircraft and what it's capable, and try to get the best understanding of how it'll react in the air. And so we start with the tail section and the wings. We design airfoils. This airfoil off to the right here is actually designed for high lift. Its only purpose is lift. There's no speed involved. It's just high lift. And so we first CAD it, of course, and then we move on to manufacturing. Like the tail section here, we design. It's all that made out of balsa and basswood. Every aspect of it. And designing of the wings, manufacturing of the wings, it's all basswood. It's made out of wood, but it is extremely light. These wings don't even weigh more than a pound. Also, next was our fuselage design based off of last year. We needed to design a fuselage to carry 3 full-size soccer balls. So we had to use multiple sections and strengthen it with a lot of trusses, which the team was able to accomplish here in these pictures here. I hope you can see those. A lot of stuff in the background, I know. And so next we had to cover the aircraft. We cover it with a monocoat. We used a clear red monocoat because it looked awesome. And this is just the manufacturing aspect of it now after we designed and CAD'd it. And the finished product, this was the finished product. We actually were able to test fly it, and it flew really well. If competition wasn't canceled, we would have had a great opportunity to do really well, if not win the competition. We do have a link to the flight video at the very end. Here's just a little video of the plane rolling. Like, it's actually in the design studio right now. So if you're interested, you can contact me at my email. That's the best way to get a hold of me, and then the best way to get information. I can send it directly to you. Our meetings are on Fridays at 4 p.m. on Microsoft Teams. Right now, they're just a little general meetings for the rookie teams right now. So our first general meeting will be after the rookie teams commence in about a month, about 4 weeks. But you're more than welcome to join our meetings every Friday. And then just a link to the video. And yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Stephen. Does anyone have any questions for SAE Aero? They are one of our newer teams, but they achieved so much so quickly. So they completed their aircraft fairly quickly. Someone asked, how do we join those meetings on Fridays?
I have the Microsoft Teams link. I'm very new to all of this as well. As you can tell, I shared my screen too early. I'm still trying to get used to everything, and send me an email, and then we can go from there. That's the best way to I can get you into the meetings with us.
Stephen, can you type your email in the chat?
Yes, of course.
Awesome. So they're asking if there are any requirements to join.
There are no requirements at all, and we accept anybody who's willing to participate and wants to learn. There's a lot of cool aspects you can learn with the Aero team, and we have a lot of open positions as well. Our team is one of the smallest, and so there's a lot of positions to be filled, and anybody who's joined will play a major role in the manufacturing designing of the aircraft.
Someone is asking if you have a video of the plane that you all made, if they could watch it.
Yes, I can try to attach the link. I have the link at the end of that, but obviously we're gonna click it.
Yeah, go ahead and type it in the chat so they could click it and watch it later on. Okay, so we have some pretty good questions. One of them is, does SAE Aero help financially to obtain the Part 017? I'm assuming they're talking about the FAA license. Yes. You need to fly.
So the SAE does not financially help with that. With that is going to be more personally from me, helping you study for it, knowing what to study, what to learn, and then how to go about registering for it, and then also taking it and where to take it. It does cost $96, but that certification, you can do a lot of things with it as you're certified in the FAA to fly. So if you take photography, you're able to fly, over weddings, you fly on top of people. That's stuff that normal people, they wouldn't be able to do. It'll be illegal for someone to do that.
Someone
asked. I can read. So the aircraft, we're using an electric motor. Our competition's all electric. We are in the regular class. There's 3 different classes. We're doing the regular class, which is just an electric motor. And so we just have a different prop sizes, electric motor, battery, everything's electric. And yes, there are positions for computational analysis. That is one of our positions that we are looking for. We also have one person who already does it, who is really well and can teach you so much. He's taught me so much, and when it comes to analysis, he is the guy to go to. Yeah, so yeah, we're looking for anybody. We're glad to have anybody. You know, it's volunteering. So this year, based off of last year's results, we're planning on having a really great year this year. Our competition is going to be in two parts: a virtual aspect, and then also an in-person competition. So we will be able to compete in in-person competition this year. So I'm really looking forward to that. The virtual competition is, you know, getting all of our, how we built it, how much we spent, the report for the aircraft, and understanding every aspect of the aircraft. We do need to have the center of gravity, have all the math figured out to prove that the plane will fly and is safe to fly.
When are those competitions taking place?
So they haven't set a set date yet for this year. Last year they were expected to take place the first week of April, the first weekend in April. So April 3rd, 4th of last year. It's actually going to be a 2-day competition. So the first day is, you know, showing up, getting all your checks. They test your aircraft for you to make sure that it's safe to fly. And then the next day is when you have the flying competition.
Someone is asking if the team meetings are virtually or in person, and I can answer that one. We are having all the teams meet virtually. Currently, no student orgs are allowed to meet in person, at least for the Department of Mechanical Engineering and the College of Engineering. They did mention that all of SAE's facilities are down in our design studio, but that is off limits. It is closed. We currently do not allow any students to be down there. And in fact, most of our labs are currently closed. Only graduate students who need to do research are allowed in the labs. So right now, all SAE teams are virtual. They should not be meeting in person or working on any parts manufacturing in person. Yeah, no problem. Does anyone else have any more questions? We still have a little bit of time with SAE Aero. Okay, so the president did post a YouTube link that he says this is a video showcasing all of our teams and their members. So that's really good if you want to learn about SAE in general. I'm assuming that would be a good video to watch. And then we have another question. Is this like AIAA? Do you know what that is, Steven?
I have no idea what AIAA is.
So I don't know, Nayeli, if you hand your hand up so you can answer, or if Rodolfo, you want to answer, but if not, I'll be happy to take on this question.
You can take it on because I don't know. I was just going to mention something, but after.
Okay. So AIAA is currently being reactivated. This org stands for the American Institute of Aeronautics and Astronautics. So I can understand why they're very similar because they both have an aero component. However, AIAA focuses more on rockets, whereas SAE Aero focuses more on like a plane, right? So there are two totally different orgs. Like I said, AIAA is being revitalized. It was last active, I think, according to UTEP in like 2016. So we are working on making it active again. And then someone, Maria is asking, do you utilize the C Center facilities for this project? No. So C Center facilities are further NASA funded projects. As far as I know, I don't think SAE Aero has ever used any of their facilities, right?
No, we do not use any other facilities. However, our mentor is Dr. McGee, who works with the CSETer and actually my boss. So I always go to him for advice, or if I need to borrow something, he's more than happy then to lend a hand and to helping.
Yeah, so Dr. Michael McGee is the professor who oversees almost anything aero, if it's like something, if it's a small aircraft. So if it's a drones or a smaller aircraft that utilizes the FAA Part 107 license, he's your person to go to.
He's the one who helped me out and helped me get all that taken care of. So.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Stephen. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
If students have more questions, they have your email in the chat. I think Nayeli wanted to make a quick comment before we jump over to the next student org.
Just real quick, sorry. Oh, so I'm going to be creating a meeting today for the rookies team. If you guys are interested, it's going to be right after the ME open house. So at 5 p.m. Just click the link so you can be added into the group chat. And then from there, I'm going to create a meeting so you'll just join in, and I have a whole presentation set up for you so you can know more about the program in more detail. So today at 5, if you guys are interested. That's all.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone at SAE. Next, we have our ME Honor Society, Pythau Sigma, will be presenting.
Can you see the screen? I don't think I can. Can you guys hear me? Okay, give me 1 second because I can't hear.
Your mic is very low.
Oh no. How about now? Is it better?
Not really.
Okay, I'm gonna try to talk really loud. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Okay. So good afternoon, everyone. Today we're going to be talking about Pythau Sigma, which is the Mechanical Engineering Honor Society. Oh, it's frozen. Okay, so we're going to be talking about our officers first. So my name is Stephanie Guerra, and I'm the president. I'm currently a senior, and I'm going to be graduating in May 2021. We also have our Vice President Sol, who's also a senior, and she's also going to be graduating on May 2021. And finally, we have our Treasurer Angela Torres, and she's also a senior. Oh, okay. So what is Pythau Sigma? So Pythau Sigma is the official Mechanical Engineering Honor Society. So it was actually founded in 1915, so it's over 100 years. The main goal of this society is to create a community within the mechanical engineering students. We want the students to have a place in where they can participate in department activities, community service, networking events. So what are the actual benefits of joining? So I think one of the most important things that you can get out of joining this society is enhancing your resume. Having this society in your resume really helps recruiters see that you're focused on your school and that you really do try and work on your leadership skills. Something else that is very important is that we do have networking events with companies. We're going to be having some this fall, so that this really helps you, network with other companies and learn a bit more. We also do have community service events, and you can also work on your leadership skills. We're going to be opening up some new positions in the fall. So you can apply to those. And I think something that is very important is that you get to celebrate your accomplishments. So everyone knows that, engineering is very difficult, and having something to represent that is great. If you join the society, you also have the opportunity of getting a stole and a regalia, which are these ones. So these ones you can use at your graduation, and you can show off that you were part of an honor society and have this as a memory. Okay, so some of the activities that we do throughout the semester, of course, right now we can't really do anything in person. So these were some of the activities that we did in the spring semester. So we did have some volunteering events, as you can see on this image on the left side. We volunteered at the Salvation Army. So we have some of our members participating. We also had fundraisers. We did one with Chipotle. We had other ones scheduled for the spring semester, but we had to cancel them because of COVID. And some department activities, as we can see here, some of our members participated in TCM, and we also have some images from last year's open house. So sadly, we're not going to have any in-person events, but we are going to have some virtual activities, which we're going to be talking about in a bit.
Stephanie, could you explain to new students what TCM Day is?
Yes. So TCM, I believe, is over 100 years old. It's a tradition that's been going on through engineering. And I believe it's for all of the colleges, right, Maida? Yes? Okay. So we do go ahead and have this event, which runs through the whole day. We have activities in which our members participate in, I believe, a race. They do different events. They go ahead and sing. I think they sing the engineering anthem, something like that. I remember that well, but it's really fun. It's a day full of activities, and I really do recommend it. I don't think we're gonna be having it. Oh, right, it only takes place in the spring, I think. So hopefully next spring we're gonna have that. So for our upcoming events, our treasurer is gonna be explaining this section.
Okay, can everybody hear me well?
Yes.
Okay, hi, my name is Angela Torres and I am the treasurer. So as far as our upcoming events, we do have a few that are, like Stephanie said, are going to be held virtually. We do have our applications open still for recruitment. Final day to submit your application is going to be October 2nd. So you still have a little bit under a month to submit that application. We do have we're going to have an induction ceremony as well that is going to be held virtually. We're planning to do that in mid-October. So we'll probably hold that through like Microsoft Teams or something and just kind of try to make it as special as we can for everyone. Just because it is an accomplishment to be part of this honor society, because it is very well known. So just as long as you apply and we look over your application and everything like that, we'll be reaching out to you in regards to your acceptance. And then we do have a networking session with General Motors. We're going to have this at the end of October. Like I said, all dates are tentative right now, but they will be sent out in emails to our members once accepted and everything like that. But they are that General Motors networking session is limited to our members. So we highly encourage you to apply. You're going to go to the next one, Steph. Okay, so I'm going to talk about how to join our honor society now. So like I said, we're going to be sending out our applications in email. I know that there has been a mass email sent out with our application. If you have not received that email with the application, feel free to go ahead and contact our president or vice president. Their emails are right there, and they'll go ahead and put their emails in the chat as well, just so that it's saved. And then once we review your application and everything, we will be sending out your acceptance email, I believe we're shooting for October 5th for that acceptance email. So with the Honor Society, you do have to pay a $50 one-time fee, but this is paying for your actual membership and for the stool. And then yeah, that's it. So like I said, October 2nd is going to be the deadline at 11:59 p.m. for the applications. And then if Sol would like to go ahead and present the point system.
Yes. Hi, I'm Sol Lagaza. I am Vice President. And I'm going to talk about this.
Sol, we can barely hear you.
So this is the point system. This is how we measure the member engagement. And in order to get your graduation stole and regalia, you have to be an active member. It's really easy. You have to attend our community engagement events, which right now have all gone virtual, which is mainly to follow us on social media and to follow up on our volunteering opportunities, and also to attend our professional development events that we're going to be having throughout the semester. We're going to be doing a resume review where we're going to sort of, as an organization, review each other's resumes so that we can in our recruitment process. Okay. So if you have any questions, do feel free to contact us. There are emails right here, and follow us on our social media so you can stay up to date to all the events that we're going to be having and the opportunity to offer.
Okay, thank you, ladies. Stephanie, we do have some questions. What is the GPA requirement? And if they are freshmen and they really don't have a GPA yet, what can they do?
So we would encourage sophomores to all the way up to apply. Maybe not right now when you're a freshman. And we do have a limit of the GPA of being 3.0. But of course, we do accept anyone who has something lower than that. We also look into their resumes. So it's not only the GPA. If you have any extracurricular activities or any jobs that you worked on, we also look into that.
Thank you. Does anyone else have any questions? I know Sol was a little bit low, so I just want to reiterate, I believe depending on the activity you participate in, it's worth different amounts of points.
Yes.
So what do the points get you?
So I don't remember exactly what's the number, but for example, if you attend that General Motors session, you get like 3 points. We're gonna be having some virtual community service events. So if you participate in that and send us a picture, you get like 3 points or 2 points. So they do vary. But once you join us, we'll let you know all the activities we have planned for the semester and the points that you get for each.
And what happens with those points?
Well, what we want to do is that we want to have the members participating in all of the activities. So if you do complete them, you do get your stole or your regalia.
If we have transfer students, could they use their GPA from EPCC or elsewhere?
Yes. Yes, they can go ahead and just email us. And in the email, if you have your GPA from EPCC, you can just let us know, and it's fine.
Awesome. Does anyone else have any other questions? I know having an honor society specifically for ME looks really good on your resume. I know a lot of employers, when they ask us for resumes, they do put the minimum as well as 3.0 GPA. So having that on you, that you're already part of an honor society, really puts you above the rest, because it shows that not only were you very active with the community, but you were also able to maintain a GPA, because they're really looking for that balance. So if you can balance your GPA and, being active within UTEP in the community, that's something people are really looking for. And yes, Brian, Steph did say sophomores and above. So they recommend if you're a sophomore or above to apply.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not there yet, don't worry, you'll get there soon.
Yes, definitely. Sophomore and up, and I definitely agree with you. I think for the interviews that I had, they always look into, the Pythau Sigma, and I think that really helped me get an internship.
Yeah, especially because any engineering is a difficult field of study. Mechanical is so diverse and you learn so much that it can be really tough. So if they see that you're able to excel academically, that's definitely to your advantage. So I would take advantage of these. Plus, it's always fun when you graduate to have all those stoles and those cords on you. You look so cool. You feel so great. It's a great way to, see all your accomplishments. So I think it's worth joining.
Mm-hmm, definitely. So if anyone wants to join, just go ahead and send me an email. I think Maida just sent her email maybe like 2 days ago. So it should be in everyone's inbox.
If you hadn't gotten it yet and you are an ME student, let me know so I can make sure we have you in our mailing list. But in case not, I did also type their email addresses in the chat, so you can send them an email and they can send you the application form as well. Okay. And they're also very active on social media, and we did put their Instagram handle in the chat too. Awesome. Well, we don't have any questions. Thank you so much, Steph. Thank you all ladies for joining. Next, we have another student org. This one is Mais/SHIP. So their representative will be taking over and presenting a little bit for everyone.
Hey, Mara, we're working on getting everyone of our representatives on board, so just give us a few seconds, yeah?
Yeah, no worries. If anyone has any other questions on the presentations we have seen so far, please type them in the chat or feel free to turn on your mics. Or if you have any questions in general about the ME department, we're happy to answer them right now. Yes, this session, all of it's being recorded. So if you miss something or you have to get to class, don't worry about it. You can view it later on our YouTube channel. It will probably be up tomorrow or Monday. It's a pretty lengthy video, so give us a little bit of time.
Hello, Hugo, are you online?
Yes, I'm right here.
Awesome. Yeah, if you could just share your screen and we'll get things kicked off.
Sure thing. Right on doing that. Smooth.
Everything good, Hugo? I can share my screen if you're having issues.
Yeah, if you can do so, because it's not letting me put on the option. I think I have some mild bad connection.
Yeah, absolutely. No problem. Let me go ahead and do that.
All right, go ahead.
In the meantime, someone is asking if students travel for SAE competitions, and yes, they do. But you have to be very active and you have to justify that why you specifically need to travel. So not just anyone in the org can go off to California or wherever to compete. You have to be a vital part of the team.
Yeah, so can you guys see my screen?
Yes, we can see it.
All right, awesome. So, yeah, Hugo, I'll let you handle it from here.
All right, so I'm sorry for that little disconnection issue, but I hope you guys can hear me right now. My name is Hugo de la Garza. I'm the president of my ship for this 2020-2021 school year. Pretty much, we have a time short period, so we'll just make it quick. We'll just go right through the main things that you guys have to know. So the first one is who we are. We are my ship. Can you turn to the next slide, Mario?
Yep.
What that means is we are two national organizations working as a joint chapter here at UTEP. One being MISE, which is a Latinos in Science and Engineering, and SHIP. You guys have mostly heard of SHIP as the Society of Hispanic Professional Engineers. And we do have some perks that come with that. What are those perks? That we have both of best of both worlds. I'm sorry. What does that mean for, like, hey, I know it's two organizations, like what's the main difference between one and the other? So MIAS is more into developing you as a student, as a professional, so that you may be able to work, while tries to focus more on getting you those opportunities and getting you to be a leader within STEM. So those are the big main differences between my ship. What do we get? What are the perks? Well, we have endless amount of workshops that we can do both with SHIP and MIAS. We have endless amount of advice and opportunities that we can offer through those two national organizations, as I said. If you guys have the opportunity to join us, please do so. Moving on, through this semester, you guys will be able to see that we do have so many perks and we do have so many opportunities for our members that we like to share so that we can grow into a bigger organization. Our mission and vision is basically to be a representation of greatness within our community. So what that means is when they say, "Oh, that man graduated from UTEP. Oh, was he on my ship? Yeah. Oh, that's great because I know for a fact that he's going to be a great candidate for this job, or that you may be able to make some connections and you may be able to outreach into more job opportunities, leadership opportunities, and so on. So moving on to the next slide.
Yeah, so another big aspect of Mice and Ship is, of course, our national conference. What usually happens is that every year there's a yearly national conference where major companies come, and it's pretty much like a huge career fair where you get to network with a lot of individuals. People from all over the country come from all of the regions to take advantage of this opportunity. They also host a lot of workshops and little activities that enhance your professional development. This year, since it's virtual, it'll be a little different, but it'll still be happening. What will happen is that you have to pay the fee to go into the national conference, and they'll be having like a virtual platform. Through this virtual platform, they're going to be having instead of having like a weekend of interviews, which normally happens at the national conference, this year, since it'll be virtual, they'll have 2 weeks worth of interviews. So the interviews are going to be spanned over a time frame of 2 weeks. And at the same time, there's going to be a lot of more private chat rooms, individual video rooms, so that you can go and get your professional growth in that sense. So one thing that I do want to point out is that although it will be virtual, there are still efforts being done by the national chapter to continue to bring these professional opportunities to you guys. And something that we also want to mention is that we also are looking to offer sponsorships. So we're working out to see how we can determine how our most active members will be, so we can actually sponsor them so they don't have to pay anything, so that they can take advantage of this amazing opportunity. Yeah, so I don't know if Eduardo is online. Eduardo, are you online? If he's not, it's not a big deal. I'll continue the presentation. But some of the awards that we got last year includes the SHEP Regional Chapter of the Year and the SHEP Chapter Excellence Award. And this was awarded to us because we were one of the schools that was able to bring the most members to our conference, and we had the most member participation. So this is something that we are really proud about, and we hope to continue to deliver this standard of excellence to you guys here at UTEP, because we deserve it. Here at UTEP, feel like we have very capable individuals, and just because we are from a minority serving institution or whatever you want to call it, we want to come across as equally as capable as anybody else. So how can you join? What you could do is you could join our newsletter. You can scan the QR code and we'll add you to our email directory list. And you can join our Slack channel. I will send the link in the chat once I stop sharing my screen, because I have limited access to that. But I will go ahead and do that. And I would also put in my personal email just in case someone has specific issues on joining. I can go ahead and take care of that. Something that wasn't mentioned is that some of the events that we have. So even though this year will be virtual, we're still working tirelessly to continue to bring professional opportunities to you guys. Some of these events include info sessions with Rolls-Royce, which will take place today at 5 p.m. So you guys are interested, please take advantage. Send me an email or send me a direct message, and I will share that link to you guys so you guys can take advantage of that. They will be collecting resumes, so that's going to be a good opportunity for you guys to network with these people. And get out of that. And another event that we're having is info session with Tesla. Tesla is a huge company, and fortunately enough, we were able to bring recruiters and we were able to connect them with the organization. So because of that, we're going to be having an info session September 23rd at 6 p.m. and we'll be providing more details about that. But we do want to encourage you guys to join the organization. We want you guys to pay your local fees, which includes $10. I think it's a local fee of $10 if I'm not mistaken. Is that right, Hugo?
Yes. So basically, it's two main membership fees. One is with SHIP, which is a Society of Hispanic Professionals in Engineers. and one is a local membership. Both memberships are at $10. For you guys to be able to register as a local member, you have to pay that $10 to the local chapter, which is us. Let me go ahead and share the screen, Mario. I think I can do that. So I can guarantee you the picture of the
calendar. Yeah, perfect.
Calendar, yes.
Yeah, I think this version of the PowerPoint didn't have it, but
yeah. And just making on that note, we have various events that will be happening. Like for today is the Rolls Royce event, which is going to happen at 5 p.m. and you have to be a member to attend. And then on September 23rd, we're going to have another event. Oh, this is not the. That is not the PowerPoint, right? So then the other one is the Tesla event, which is going to happen on September 23rd. Can you guys see my screen?
no.
Not right now.
All right. Just let me. Can you guys see it now?
Yes. Yes.
All right. So basically, we have the info session today at September 10th at 5 p.m. with Rolls Royce. Then we're going to have next week another event with Texas Instruments, which is going to be another info session at 5 p.m. on the September 15th. After that, we have an event with Tesla, which is going to be the first time that Tesla is going to be making an event with UTEP ever. So that is a big deal for us, and we're going to try to promote that so that most can be a part of it. Because Tesla is not only looking at UTEP for its students, but because they're looking to themselves through all of Texas. So it is a huge opportunity that they're going to look over at UTEP students so they can intern at Tesla. Then on October 6th, we're going to have an info session with Uber. Right now, we don't know exactly the time that we're going to be doing that info session, but we're also having some other activities that we're going to be able to expand to. So if you join us, it will be a pretty good opportunity so that you guys may be able to see those extra opportunities. Right now, I know for a fact that we're looking into Microsoft, that we're looking into another event with Texas Instruments, and another event with Cummins. So you guys will be able to have that opportunity to reach out to those 3 extra companies. I want to go to. I'm sorry. This was our first general meeting. So basically, right here is the event of SHIP National Convention, which is going to happen on October 26th to the 31st, as Mario said. On September 30th, when the deadline for the early registration ends. For this registration to happen, you need to be a SHIP member. Over there's going to be a tons of companies. Here are some examples of the companies that do attended the event last year. So it is a great opportunity. And just to have you guys on the same note, if you guys want to pay that $10 membership fee, you guys can do it by scanning the Venmo code that's right on screen. That is going to be able to go to Agustin Juarez, or you can alternatively go and pay me with the Cash App. And if you guys want to be on the newsletter, you guys can QR code on the sign in. I'm gonna give you guys a moment so you can all do that. And if you guys have any questions, just go ahead and do so.
Yeah, and while that happens, I want to emphasize that even then, I still want to continue to just put emphasis on the fact that we're bringing most of the professional opportunities that we can to you guys. We have a broad network. So, we're having talks with companies such as Ford, Microsoft, Google, Exxon. We're working to set these events up for you guys. This Tesla thing is a big deal. So you guys should really, really take advantage. They will be collecting resumes. And I personally, I interned there and I talked with the recruiter. We were able to set this up. And, she's very excited for this because, all these companies, they're looking to close in on their Hispanic gap. They want to diversify. because of recent events. Diversity and inclusion is a big thing nowadays. So it's important to take advantage of these opportunities. Not only that, but professional opportunities as well. We'll help you out with your resume. We have that type of familia feel. So if there's anything that you guys have any issues with, I want you guys to know that we're here for you and we're here to help you with your professional development. One thing that was also big for me joining MICE and SHEP was that I got the opportunity to network with upperclassmen, which was something huge for me because these upperclassmen in my major were able to guide me through the right paths to take, and were able to give me good advice as to how I could set myself up for success. So this is something that we can continue to provide for you guys. Join our Slack channel. I put it on our chat, as well as join the mailing list, which is on the QR code on the screen that you're seeing. And yeah, take advantage. Take advantage.
I want to add, some people said the code does not work. If you look at the Cash App code, you can see Ugo's username. So if you just type in his name with a $sign in the Cash App, you should be able to send him that money if the code doesn't work. Someone else, Brenda, put under the questionnaire, when it asks for an email, it only accepts numbers. Brenda, is that for my ship, or was that for something else?
Yeah, if that's a problem, just send me an email directly to my personal email. I put it on there, and then tell me who you are, your personal contact info, and I will add you manually. Yeah, it seems like we're having issues there, so we don't have a lot of time to get that fixed. So just send me a personal email, and I'll take care of that myself.
And then just 2 more questions before we move on to the next. Yes, I do believe as long as you join the Slack and pay the $10, then you are officially a member, $10 to the appropriate org. And then also someone's asking, what if I belong to Region 3? How would I move over to this region?
Yeah, so UTEP lies within Region 5. So I think when you need to renew your national membership is where you need to specify what region you belong to. So I don't know if have you done that, Jesus? I don't know if you can turn your mic on. And
yeah, sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I went to Region 3 with NMSU, and I was a part of them for the last 2 years. But this is my last year at UTEP, so I'd like to be able to coordinate more with our university rather than NMSU out there. It's kind of hard because their events are with their school schedule, and it really doesn't coincide with ours. So I'd like to be a little more proactive. So if I already belong to Region 3, how would I set? Do I just change my annual membership on the website?
I don't think. Yeah, that's a good question. I don't think it's much of a big deal. It's just for, I guess, logistics to kind of signify what region where you're from. But if you already renewed that yearly fee and you have it under NMSU, then I would just advise you to just continue to come to our events and to stay involved with us and pay the local membership fee, which is on the slide. I don't know if you guys can continue to see the page, but yeah, just continue to come to our meetings. If you join our Slack channel and our email directory, we'll continue to send out communications. I think there's another question on when do you guys meet? We usually try to host meetings once a month. So once a month, we'll be having our monthly meetings and our monthly updates, and we'll be able to continue to give you guys updates on the events coming up. Like I said, if you join our Slack list, you'll have more insight into the info session with Tesla. Since this is going to be a big deal for us, we want to kind of provide some more exclusiveness and leave it to members only. So we will ask that you pay your local fee. But some of the other events, depending on how things go, we'll leave that open to everybody.
Awesome.
We're just trying to get the most turnout and help everybody out. So
thank you, Mario. Yeah, this is a great org. Honestly, you guys would really benefit from it. I know we're running already into SWE's time, so there was one question about the conventions, whether they take place in fall or spring. So if you could answer that in the chat, Mario or Hugo, that'd be really appreciated. But for now, thank you so much for your time. And we will move on to SWE, which is the Society of Women in Engineering.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Abigail Ortega, and I will be representing for SWE. Most of you guys know me as Abby. Let me go ahead and pull up your presentation that I'll be going over. Give me 1 second. Let me just share.
Okay, I think I'm sharing now, and I am about to present. I hope everybody can see everything. Good?
Yes.
All right, great. Okay, so we are the Society of Women Engineers. If you are interested in joining, feel free to scan the QR code. I know there's been some technical difficulties, but we'll send out this PowerPoint if you're interested. Just go ahead and either contact me through here or just put something on the chat if you're having issues. So who is SWE? So we are the Society of Women Engineers. We empower women in engineering, but with that being said, we're not exclusive to women in engineering. We are inclusive to everyone, so everyone is welcome to join the Society of Women Engineers. Some of our core values, of course, are integrity. We have an inclusive environment. It's mutual support amongst each other, and it's obvious professional excellence and trust. Some of our goals throughout the semester, which if you've already participated in SWE events, you'll know that this is what our events center around. So we have community and networking, we have outreach, we also have community service, professional development, and also involvement. Some of the perks of joining SWE is you go ahead and have, if you decide to join the SWE National, you'll get a bunch of emails, a bunch of notifications to scholarships. But the main thing is if you decide to go to the conference that is held every year, you get a significant discount with that. Plus, they send you updates throughout the entire year to help you prepare, or maybe there's a certain theme for that year that you might want to know about. Of course, if you want to join the UTEP section of SWE, it's completely free. There is no requirements. If you want to become a member, you just simply have to participate in our events. Of course, the national one for a year is $20. But if you decide to pay $50 for all of your collegiate career, you will also get 1 year of professional with SWE as well. And all those are beneficial because you can participate in SWE even well after you graduate. If you decide you want to do mentorship, or you decide maybe you really like participating in orgs, well, this is something that you can also move on into your professional career and also help out other people. So you will also meet other people in not only your field, but also in different fields, because we're not specifically either ME or EE. We've had a variety of people. We've even had some people from computer science. We've had metallurgy. So we've had a bunch of different members. We'll also help you develop those professional skills. I know a lot of you guys are ready to either start an internship, or maybe you're ready to go out into the workforce. So we have a lot of events where we have like resume reviews with different companies, different workshops to just kind of help you get prepared and just develop those professional skills that you'll not only have here at UTEP, but you can also carry on into your actual career. Of course, there's also the benefit of helping out your community. We've done several community events, community service events, where we've not only given to the El Paso region, but also to the Juarez regions. So we've also loved to give back to our community, and we try to get involved with that as much as possible. Of course, if you also are an active member in SWE, you can also qualify for sponsorship when that conference does end up coming up. So some of the upcoming events that we have are going to be, we have some fundraisers coming up, and we're fundraising for an Alexa Echo Dot. We're doing a small raffle, I believe. And with that, we'll have it from now up until October 16th. Of course, if you want more information, when you do sign up with us with that QR code, we'll send you all that info. And then, of course, I'll share all of our Instagram and Facebook information and emails. So that way, if you don't have anything else, you can also contact us through there for that information. Some professional development we also have coming up. We have the Virtual Career Expo. So if you do participate, there are ways that you can get credit for that with us. We also have a Tesla info session. that we're going to have. And then for community service, we are actually doing e-cards for healthcare workers. So like I said, all the details for these events, you'll get them after you sign up with our QR code. But for that, it's pretty simple. We're just doing e-cards and we're sending them out to all the people that have been working right now, especially during the pandemic. It's just a small thank you. And since we can't really do anything in person right now, that's what we're doing to just kind of keep it virtual, as well as we have another kind of similar event, but it's for the elderly. So that one will also run from these 2 dates, as you can see right there. And then socials, those we will also have all virtual. So the Netflix movie party, of course, as many of you guys have maybe already tried to, maybe get together virtually. You've discovered Netflix movie party. So we'll be having that. And then we'll have a show See How You Play. And that's basically just showing us how you either playing at home, like either virtual games or even outside, or board games, simple things like that. And then there's also the mural hunt, where we'll have members take a picture next to their favorite mural, either here in El Paso, maybe even Juarez, or even in New Mexico, just depending on the area that you live in. Of course, all practicing social distancing. So the requirements for the membership, we have different ranks, of course. We've changed up the requirements a little bit due to the pandemic. So these are the following requirements right here. If you want to rank bronze, then you'll do 6 events of your choice, depending on the categories you can choose. Then if you decide you want to do a mixture of them, as long as you complete 4, you will get that bronze status. And then you'll have the voting privilege, and then we also have bronze pins. And then there is the silver status, which is 8 events of your own choice. And those all of these events, we add them up for the semester. So you have the whole semester to either get the 6 or to get the 8 or to get the 11. And then of course, lastly is the gold status, and that is 11 events of your choice. 2 events of each category plus 1 of your choice. So here we have the different perks of the different ranks. So you have voting privileges if you're bronze status, and then you're actually eligible to run for an officer position, and you get a silver pin at silver status. And then at gold status, you can actually run for an executive membership position if you've already been an officer before. And then you'll get a free stole if you're graduating that semester as well as a gold pin. And so if you want to join SWE, these are the many ways that you can do it. There is Mind Tracker, of course, which you guys are all aware of. There's also Instagram, and Instagram, I would say, is the one where we are the most active. We definitely not only share our events on there, we share scholarships, we share announcements. We also have been trying to just kind of engage with our members more on social media as well. So for example, some of the events like the socials that I'll be running, if you submit like a picture to me, because you will have to for, let's say, the mural hunt, we post those on our Instagram, just to kind of, interact with our members still, because we know it's kind of an odd time right now, but we still want to show that members are participating, that members are still involved in our organization. So that's something that, if you're interested in, we definitely encourage you to follow us there. And of course, for the movie parties as well, mainly the socials, we take a lot of polls. We get a lot of your guys' input for events that we're holding as well, just to kind of get your feedback, because you guys are the organization as well. And then of course, our SWE email. And for that, I know some people might have more lengthy questions. Some people might have things maybe more detailed that they want to ask. So for that, feel free to either DM us or just send us an email. And this is lastly our Facebook page. We are not as active on there as we are on Instagram, just because I feel like Instagram is more accessible. But that is where you can follow us. And thank you for listening in and just wanting to find out more about us. And I'm open to any questions that you guys might have. I'll go ahead and leave that up for you guys just a little bit longer, just in case you need to get that.
Awesome. Thank you. I do know SWE is an amazing organization. They're a huge national organization. When we get industry partners who just visit our campus or visit our department, they'll ask me about SWE. They'll ask me who the officers are. They'll ask me if they can meet with them just because they were past members of SWE and they want to connect. So I think it's a very good networking opportunity. They are super active with the community. They're super active on campus, as you can see just by the events that they're hosting. They're nonstop, even despite this pandemic. So if you still want to feel a part of the UTEP community, you still want that college experience, I would recommend these student orgs because they're still working very hard, even virtually. And I will say the department was also going to do like a photo challenge hunt. So I promise you, SWE, we were not copying you. We just had the same great idea. I promise.
No, it's all good. Great minds think alike.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you so much for presenting. We are almost done. We have 30 more minutes. Thank you for everyone for tuning in. Next, we have ASME. So I believe Jesus will be presenting on their behalf.
Does it look good here?
Yes.
Let me just get my camera. Yeah, perfect then. All right then. Is the presentation there? Sorry, it's my first time doing one presentation
No worries.
here.
Yes, we can totally see it.
Okay then. Let me just give it. All right then. I think you can see it there or no? Whoop! Spoiler.
We can see it.
Okay, perfect. So I'm Jesus Melendez, the how's it called? What was my position again? It's been a while due to this pandemic. We haven't been able to get together as much as we wanted to, but I'm the director and professional advisor within ASME. I'm coming representation of our President Ryan McCarthy, and I'm going just to give a little rundown on what ASME is. ASME at UTEP is primarily a career development group. The group is known for the yearly networking dinner that coincides with the fall career fair. We take advantage of the people that are coming here for the career fair, and normally we invite them to a dinner, so you get a good experience on how to talk to them on a more relaxed way, not that not in the way of, oh, I have to be on my tip with my tie and everything. So it's more of a casual setup where you can ask them like, what music do you like and all that, just to get a more personal connection with them, a part of just a professional one. It's a really short presentation, so okay. So we have
sorry,
pardon me.
Your screen stopped sharing, so we just
really?
see you. Yeah,
Oh,
so just
hello
see your
guys. Just kidding. Let me just get everything ready. I have two monitors, so I think that's why.
That's what happens when you're too cool. You don't know how to handle it.
Man, oh man. Let me just get it here. Share content. There we go. There we go. Hopefully it's a little bit better.
Yes.
Okay, back on the spiel. We have the diner, which is a really good opportunity. Sadly, this year won't be done due to the current situation. And we also had the CO Traxxer competition with, believe me, when you see a little cart this big and just going real fast, you wouldn't guess that you get excited, but you get excited, believe me. And well, we believe what Ryan told me like first when I started on the organization is that your dream, it's like 90% of your dream is what you get taught in class. And we want to teach you at least that 10% for you to succeed. We want to make UTEP proud. We want to have a lot of reputation in the companies. In my experience, I can talk, I did a internship for Los Alamos National Lab, and the director of the project, he was the president of the ASME chapter in New Mexico. So it was a really good experience for me because I told him, oh yeah, I'm an ASME, and he started just like hanging. He started being a little more warm with me because not a lot of, hopefully you don't get this trait in your future internships, but they are really cool because it's an internship, it's a company. So having something to relate, it helps a lot a mile because you have something to talk about. That always helps. All right, then stop sharing, right?
Yep. I was about to tell you.
There we go. At least I know.
Yep.
So okay, this some images, some pretty images that we have from the previous semesters. Right there at the left is the CEO Dragster competition. Believe me, again, it gets pretty exciting. You get everybody just like screaming and being really excited for just a little car. And we also had the Cummins webinar when we had people from Cummins like talking with us and helping us out, like what they're searching for in a mechanical engineering student, like helping you out to develop your professional careers. And there we go, the networking dinner that I was talking about. Again, it's a pretty good experience because all of this help you out not just to develop networking with other fellow students, but also with the professionals, with other organizations and everything alike. Not only SME, but all the other organizations are really good for you to get involved in any of them, but just get involved. Talking of which, for ASME, you have to go to MindTracker, the utep.edu, and just click the join button, and it will notify the organization that you want to join. Also, if any question you might have apart from here is to email us at asme@utep.edu for any questions of concerns regarding organizations or even just professors and everything. We're here to help you out. We would like to help out other mechanical engineering students. And we will having our election soon, so if you're interested in becoming an officer, make sure to join through MindTracker soon. All of this, it helps you out. Even like, for example, in my case, I know it's like a made-up title of graduate and professional advisor, but believe me, when you put that on a resume, it's like, oh, at least he's doing something, you know? And it was a really short presentation, and just that's our contact info. We have an Instagram page. We use it, but not a lot. So any contact that you might have, it will be good to go to asme@utep.edu. And just if you want, you can contact me regarding this. Again, I want to highly make an importance of this, that join an organization is really good for your future because you never know what would you get. Like, you don't know what friends you could make at that organization. And ASME, it's a really good organization because it has a national recognition. So it could help you out not only locally, but whenever company you go. Probably if you're in a mechanical engineering position, there's going to be someone that is from ASME. And you have that feeling of camaraderie, of you just want to help out your brother. So join us. Feel free to have any questions. We have a lot of good events. Sadly, that's the good thing. Most of the events are personal and it's a get together. So sadly, this year probably we'll have to have everything on hold except from the elections. So feel free to ask anything you want. Thank you, by the way.
No, thank you, Jesus. So the main question we always get is, are there any requirements to join ASME? Any GPA classification? I'm assuming major requirements. So if you have to be an ME student.
For the local chapter, there's no requirements unless you're a mechanical engineer. I mean, but there's no GPA. There's nothing like status or anything. The sooner the better. I mean, as soon as you get for a freshman or for a sophomore to join this organization, is going to help you a lot because you're going to develop a lot of bonds inside the organization, or people are going to get to know you on a professional side. So there's no requirement. Just click that button in my tracker, and that's pretty much it.
Are there any monetary fees?
For the local chapter, I believe unless it's changed. Sorry, again, there hasn't been an opportunity to discuss this, but there's no local fee. But if you want to join the chapter, I'm a national chapter in ASME. You can go to the web page, and again, once you join, we will have a workshop just like telling you, hey, this is how you join, this is how you do this and all that. So once we fish you out, we will tell you how to do everything. So I believe it's like $20. So okay, then. So yeah, I believe it's like $20, $30, depending on your position of your grade and everything. So I don't think it's that much regarding on what it's going to help you out. And you receive like a sorry, I don't have it with me. I'm on my apartment, so I had left out at my grandma's house. They give you like a magazine with all the news regarding mechanical engineering. So it's pretty cool just to have like, it's a bonus, you know, like it helps you out just to get informed and all of that. Okay. Yeah, normally for development and learning events, we have like either it's more of a, how to say, professional development courses. Like we don't give Python courses or CAD courses or things like that. It's more of a personal and like how to sell yourself better, how to get better at interviews or your resume, stuff like that. So it helps a lot, believe me. I've seen a lot of students that they don't believe in themselves, and just someone telling them, oh, you know what, you could write this another way around. It changes everything. So that's why we're here to help you. Position for freshmen, sadly, Christian, I don't know, to be honest. I'm the graduate advisor, and sadly, the president is not here to tell you like exactly what is possible and what not. So please feel free to send us a message, and hopefully he will be able to see it, and I will ask him either way.
I don't know if positions are available, but I know right now we are trying to, I've spoken to the president, Ryan, and we are doing everything we can to get every single freshman into ASME. We want all of our freshmen to always join ASME. It is a very good org. It's very beneficial. They host amazing networking dinners. The CO2 drag race is always so fun to watch. People always come by and like huddle to because there's two cars competing against each other. You don't just see the car shoot off. It's two against each other. So it's a race to see who wins. And the department always provides pizza and drinks. So that's always like a really fun event. But yeah, I don't know if there are any like officer positions for freshmen, but I do know they are encouraging every single mechanical engineering freshman to join. And I will put the ASME email address again, just so you can contact them with any questions you might have.
Also, possibly it's you will have to be like at least get to know the organization, because I don't know, like just getting into it and hey, I just graduated high school and I want to be president. I don't know how it works. So in my case, let me just continue with the story. In my case, I was part of the organization for like a semester or a year. I don't remember, sadly. I think it was a year. And then the position came up, and I really like to help out the students who want to get into graduate school and professional. So I just nominated myself, and they say, yeah, nobody wants a position, so you got it. Also, meetings, once you join the Mind Tracker, you will join the mailing list, and we will tell you like, okay, we have this meeting this day and stuff like that. Sadly, right now there's no meetings because most of the members, again, they're really successful students, so most of them are really occupied. So yeah, it's hard to say when is the meeting again due to the problems with the schedules. Okay, once you're accepted at the local chapter, are we officially accepted at the ASME, or the next step is to join the national chapter? You can be part of the local chapter and not be part of the national one. but it always helps out just to join both of them, because you get like an ID just saying your name and your chapter and like your ID and everything. So it's a really good thing to help you out on getting a more professional look on an organization like this big of national. I know I'm also I form part of SHP, so they also have like a really big organization. So it's something like that, because most of UTEP are more known with SHP. So it's pretty much a similar organization, but this does not have the Hispanic approach. So you see people from all over the world. Like last semester we had someone from what's it called? I believe it's Iran, or I don't remember, to be honest, but it was pretty cool to meet people from other places just to get together.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time, Jesus. We appreciate you stepping in for Ryan. I know the president was traveling today, so we're really happy you were able to come in and share this information with everyone.
Hopefully I got you involved, and sorry again, guys. It was a thing that I know Ryan would make a better representation. So please reach out to ASME at utep.edu or reach us out on our Instagram.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jesus. Bye.
Have a good day.
So up next, we have our last presenters. So this is for Studio G / the Mike Loya Center for Innovation and Commerce.
Thanks, Myra. Do we have, did you grant us access to share our screen?
Yes, you do.
So this is Omar. I have two colleagues, one from Studio G, Ms. Mia Lopez, and one from the Mike Loya Center, Ms. Adriana Pulesio. Let me share my screen so I can navigate Mia's presentation. Okay, can you guys see it?
Yes.
Go ahead, Mia.
Good afternoon, minors. I hope everyone's having an excellent day and that you're enjoying all of these amazing presentations. In this, please go to the next slide. Thank you. In the screen, you can see our agenda for today, and we really hope that you can stay until the end so you can learn about all of the benefits of this amazing business accelerator, which is Studio G. My name is Mia Gomez. I'm the principal consultant at Studio G UTEP, and I will be your main point of reference. If you have any questions about anything regarding to Studio G, I'm here to help you. We are very happy to see you guys here. Now let's get started. Studio G is UTEP Student Business Accelerator. Those of you who may be asking themselves, what's Student Business Accelerator? Well, a business accelerator is a program that gives developing companies access to mentorship, investors, and other support that helps them become a stable and self-sufficient business. Our mission is to help students start and grow their businesses, and our vision is to make entrepreneurship an available and sustainable career path. You can come at any stage of your business, either on the ideation phase or the prototype phase. It doesn't matter, we will help you. And the beauty of Studio G is that it empowers you, the entrepreneur, to run your own business in a self-sufficient manner. The assistance we provide is centered on removing obstacles that you may encounter in the way and empowering you, of course. Next slide, please. Thank you. Studio G is available for UTEP students and recent alumni, so all of you are eligible to apply. Once you join Studio G, you join a community of entrepreneurs and recognized advisors. In this community, we provide free resources, which include workshops, lectures, and networking events. For our networking events, we have our Studio G Talks, where you can get to interact with entrepreneurs from around the area, other student entrepreneurs, and of course, us, the Studio G team. Some of the, next slide, please. I'm sorry, guys, I'm freezing in here, so like my screen is freezing. Some of the Studio G resources include programs such as Aggie Core, which is the National Science Foundation initiative towards STEM entrepreneurs. Each year, this program provides $60K per year in a student participant, support, training, and much more. And we also have the MLCIC business competition. It is open to all of types of business ideas, and all of the teams that apply get to apply their learnings from the business model canvas to prepare a business pitch to a panel of judges. The top 3 teams per cohort will receive a cash award. And we are currently in our 2nd cohort. If you're interested, we will be having our 3rd cohort next month. We will be sending out a bulletin with more information and with a link so you can apply once we get closer to the date. These are just a few of the programs that we offer. We also have the NSF, which is the National Science Foundation I-Corps, and many more. If you want to learn more about these programs, I encourage you to join Studio G and we can discuss them in your intake meeting. So now I will be talking about the application process. So as a new Studio G applicant, the first thing that you want to do is go to our Studio G UTEP website. In there, the first thing you'll see is a button that says Join Studio G. So you're going to click on that and you're going to fill an application. Once you fill that application, you'll be receiving within 5 or 10 minutes an email saying, hey, you got accepted. Once you click on that email, it's going to give you a bunch of links with different sites that Studio G has. Make sure that you select the UTEP one. And once you select the UTEP one, you just fill your information. And once you finish that, you're going to be receiving another email confirming your intake meeting date and hour. And now, once you get to your intake, you're going to meet with one of us. We have 6 different advisors in our team as of right now. And we will be walking you through what's called the intake form. So the intake form is just like a series of questions to get to know you and your business so we can create a specific plan to help you and, well, yeah, your business idea or your prototype that you may have. It's important to know that we don't take any ownership or equity of your business, so you don't have to worry about any of that with us. And once we finish the intake meeting, you'll be able to access our online curricula, which is the Talent LMS. You also get sign up for professional advising. We have a network of over 50 professional advisors that can help, such as marketing, startup strategy, technology, etc. You get to join us in our networking hours and many more. Okay, so now our Studio G value. So Studio G within all of the Studio G sites has been able to help over 350 ventures involving more than 600 student entrepreneurs. Focusing a little bit more specifically on our UTEP site, we had our unveiling this past February. So we've been working about 6 months, I would say, 6 to 7 months. And we are really proud to say that we have over 200 new student ventures just in 6 months. And we are continuing to grow and help all of you guys. So that's really amazing and exciting. We've been breaking a lot of records through all the CDG sites. So, I mean, go miners, right? And lastly, but not least, we have our social. If you guys are interested, you guys can go ahead and search us up, follow us. We provide information each day. We have success stories, funding opportunities that you can apply to, and lots of fun stuff. You can also see our CDG website in there. So if you are interested, make sure you take a screenshot and you go and check us out. Now I will be passing it to Mr. Omar Delgado. Thank you.
Thanks, Mia, and hello, fellow engineers. My name's Omar Delgado, and I provide oversight for Studio G at UTEP. As a fellow engineer, I received an engineering degree in electrical engineering from Texas A&M University, and I am about to complete an MBA here at University of Texas at El Paso. I gotta say, we're so happy and honored to get the opportunity to present in front of such a wonderful crowd filled with mechanical engineers, guys. And I'll tell you why. As a fellow engineer, I truly believe that engineers have a natural instinct to create and develop. You know, we go to school, we go to college, we receive formal educations on how to solve problems. But more importantly, we constantly find ourselves coming up with innovative solutions on a daily basis. That's our way of life. That's how we're made, and that's how we're educated, and that's what we do in our jobs. Innovation, that's key. So when you come to Studio G and you take a look at the clients that we have people from the healthcare industry, from construction science, from liberal arts, teachers, lawyers, engineers as yourselves. And that proves a point that an entrepreneur doesn't have a certain mold that you need to fit. So that's a testament of that. But I will say this, there is a common link among the most successful entrepreneurs. Think about your Elon Musks, think about your Bill Gates. That common link is innovation. And I'm here to say that you're one step ahead, a huge step ahead of the world. So me providing oversight to Studio G and just seeing the different type of clients that we get, I want to challenge you guys. Just being an engineer myself, you know, you're going to continue growing, developing those math skills, your engineering skills, your science skills, and you're going to be coming across opportunity in the forms of coming up with ideas based on those new knowledge acquisition, not just in your academic field, but once you get out and start engaging in your profession. I want to challenge you to, you know, continue innovating, but when you come up with those ideas, I'm challenging you to go out and seek commercialization, right? And for that, that's where Studio G comes in. We're asking you, we'd love to have you come sit down with us and make us an extension of your team, because there's a lot of stuff that we have to offer. I know Mia was cutting off a little bit, but we have what we call the three-prong approach. The meat of our program is this professional advising, right? We have professional accountants, CPAs, professional marketing professionals, patent lawyers, entrepreneurs that have 3 or 4 or 5 businesses and have failed at another 2 or 3 or 4. So, you know, and these are all professionals, they're doing this for you. So whether you have to, you know, come here with us or to us with a simple idea, you just want to get started. How do you register your business? Or, you know what, I have no idea how to start my accounting process. Come to us and let us guide you in that process and put you in the quickest path to revenue. More importantly, the meat of our program, these advisors, they can serve as very important mentors in your trajectory for your venture. We also have the online curricula that Mia mentioned based on teachings on Lean Launchpad from Stanford and MIT's Discipline on Entrepreneurship. Come learn the language. Most importantly, I'm preaching to the choir because you know how important networking is. Come to our Studio G Talks, our coffee hours, meet entrepreneurs as yourselves and CEOs that can come share their knowledge about their successes, but more importantly about their challenges, right? You don't want to reinvent the wheel. That's not what we engineers do, right? We take the quickest path to revenue. I'm excited to be here. Let me know if you guys have any questions. We're going to introduce Ms. Adriana Pulesio to talk about the Mike Loya Center for Innovation and Commerce. But at this point, we want to open it up for questions pertaining to Studio G.
We do have a question asking, do the competitions happen every month?
There's competitions. I'm not sure that they're every month, but they're throughout the year. And we try to advertise them on social media and on our website. And these are competitions not just from UTEP, they're also part of the Arrowhead Center, who's our main, we work under the auspices of the Mike Loya Center, and we collaborate with the Arrowhead Center in New Mexico.
Aside from starting a business, is there anything else Studio G can offer?
So this is all about entrepreneurship, right? I think one last thing that I didn't talk about, Mia mentioned it, but she was cutting off, is funding opportunities. Now, I got to be careful how we address that. So funding opportunities come in different forms. We're talking about these competitions, right? You go into something like NSF Corp, which you guys qualify because you're in a STEM field. You go and just for participating and learning about the innovation process, you get, you know, I think New Mexico offers $2,000 per participant, whereas UTEP or NSF Corp at UTEP offers $3,000 per participant. And you come away with knowledge, right? So that's one form of funding. The other form of funding is we go out, we have a focus group that does research on a monthly basis and aligns a whole bunch of grant opportunities. And then we go down our client list and we try to align the best grants that fit our clients based on demographics or industry. and then we ask you guys to apply for that. But again, when it comes to entrepreneurship, you're always the driver, right? We're here as an extension of your team, but it's always up to the entrepreneur to drive their own trajectory. And then last but not least, right, we can also give you some guidance when it comes to loan applications and filling out a business plan, et cetera, et cetera. All right, so should we move on to the Mike Loya Center? Adriana? And you're going to share your slides, right, Adriana?
I might have been muted this whole time. So, hello, everyone. It's very nice to meet you. My name is Adriana Pulesio, and I've been a part of the Mike Loya Center for almost 2 years now. And I'd like to tell you more about it. Now, our objectives are mainly to bring business students and engineers together. As Omar said, you have the remarkable ability to be able to come up with solutions to problems on the spot, to be able to customize that knowledge and really create something useful. And we want to have the business side of it as well. I'm not sure if you can see my screen.
Yes, we can see your screen.
Yes. Oh, okay, I saw a little message that there was a problem deploying. Okay, great. So who we are. So we sponsor, conduct, and promote research with innovation and commerce. And you might be asking yourself, what is research? What is entrepreneurship? And that's part of the beautiful thing. It can be anything that we choose it to be. It's part of that human creativity, that curiosity to do and know more is reflected in this sort of activity. So I commend all of you for engaging in this sort of activity and for being a problem solver. Side note, we are not to be confused with the Mike Loya Center for Academic Services. Different building, but inspired by the same man. So in case you were curious, here Mike Loya was a former UTEP student. He's done a lot for the school, not only the academic services, but he founded the Mike Loya Center for Innovation and Commerce. And with that, there were some core values and something that we really want to instill in our fellows. It says education, research, teamwork, community, and excellence are the things that mostly define us, and something that we're very proud of and we try to keep. So what are you going to gain? And I can say from firsthand experience that you will gain experience like you can't really fully imagine. You might be wondering, Adriana, what's the difference between a fellowship and a conventional job? And a fellowship is more of an academic appointment. So you're going to have a lot of experience, but in a different sort of focus. So in my experience, right, I've been able to help with administrative work. I've been able to engage in different research opportunities. And I was able to really have the time to explore and find out what it was that truly interested me. And I joined the Loya Center on my last semester of undergrad. Wasn't really sure what I wanted to do, but through this experience, through this opportunity to network, to try different projects, to do research, I was able to really find a good path. And at the same time, you'll make lifelong friends. We have fellows from all walks of life from all over the world. I'm Colombian myself. We have a fellow from India, Pakistan, Malaysia, from a bunch of different areas of Mexico. And having that diversity is a beautiful thing to learn from. It'll really help you engage with the world around you and just learn from those differences that sometimes we become blind to. And you're thinking, so how do we get there? The process is really rather simple. We just require that you be in good academic standing. We'll need your resume and a letter of intent. So in your letter, it might seem a little difficult to write, but all you really need to do is tell us about yourself. What would you like to do? What interests you? What do you think you can bring to the center? And that's something that's really important for us to know, because at the same time, we really encourage workshops, certificates, courses, whatever it is that you want to learn. We want to know what that is, because odds are the rest of us want to learn too. So don't be shy. that is something that you will learn to get past very quickly. I was a very, very hardcore introvert, but through the Loya Center, I was able to get better public speaking skills. I lost that fear because I know what's behind me. I know the research, I know the content. I know that if something happens, my fellows will be there. And with that comes a great sense of belonging that I would really encourage you to give it a try. If you want to know more information, you can get in touch with Omar. And here is his email, and you can find me here. We do require having your letter of acceptance from your degree. We take any kind of engineering masters, so all of them under the sun. We want to know what you're learning, what you're interested in, what those solutions are, and how we MBA and other business students can give that extra component and that extra bit of information to really make it something that we can market and bring to the world. You can find us here too. So I would suggest you look at what we're doing with Studio G. And here you'll be able to find more information about what we're doing internally. So right now we're about 15 strong, and all of us are working on different projects. We separate groups, right? Kind of by what we're interested in, by what skills we can bring, and we try to optimize that teamwork. So I'm in a few different teams with different people doing entirely different things, but the capacity and the project management skills that you gain from that are absolutely invaluable. So I'm a big proponent. I have a lot of experience with the Loya Center. I think I'm our most senior one. So give yourself the opportunity to discover more about yourself, to be exposed to things that you might not have normally seen in school. So do you have any questions? Anything that you'd like to know about the process? I'm all ears.
We have a question about the due date for the fellowship.
Mm-hmm. Right now we're recruiting, so it's a good time to go ahead and reach out. If you need some help with your resume, you can always find Ms. Prieto over at COBA, and she will go over your resume with you in academic services. And what else? So right now it's kind of rolling applications, really. We're just hoping to widen our net and have more of you come over and tell us about what you're interested in. So no moment like the present.
Yeah, and it's, you know, we work at the confluence of engineering and business. You know, if you look at it at minimum, it's a wonderful way to finance your education, your postgraduate studies. But if there's one, you did a great job, Adriana. If there's one thing that I would add so that our mechanical engineers can know what we're working on right now, some of the projects that we're engaged in, it's awesome because we have engineers, right, and very smart people and very smart MBAs, and they come together at one place, and you see the cross-pollination of knowledge and skills and attitudes just all over the place. It's amazing. I'll give you an example of one of the projects that was done strictly by fellows from UTEP, one of your own, or a group of your own. And we just presented to Judge Samaniego and the county commissioners. I can talk a little bit about it. I've been given permission, but it's a huge project, and it's coming to El Paso, and it's a broadband. We're going to bring municipal broadband to El Paso, and it started with the graduate research fellows at the Mike Loya Center. Not just one engineer, not just one electrical engineer, not one MBA student. It was a team of about 15 graduate research fellows, and they all had an intricate part in accomplishing this. Aside from that, you mentioned lifelong friendships, and I can attest to that. It's just a wonderful experience, and if you ever want to stop by once we get over this pandemic, or if you have any questions, let us know. We'd love to get to meet you guys.
Right. So if you're curious about what your day-to-day would be like, we spend about 15 hours a week working with the center, and you're not necessarily confined to strictly UTEP. We do have external fellows as well, and that can really catapult your career as well. So I was working with the Chamber of Commerce for about 8 months through the Loya Center, and I got to learn a lot there. And through that, I was able to find the position I'm currently in and come into a whole new industry it would have never occurred to me to look into. We have fellows that work at the county. We've had fellows at the City Accelerator. And You know, that there's only more places right now that are looking for people like us. So take that opportunity.
You know, as manager, Adriana, you hit it right on the mark. One of our goals at the center is to work for the fellows, right? How do we work for the fellows? We want the Mike Loya Center, as well as Studio G and other programs that are coming by. We want them to mean something. And what do we mean by want them to mean something? We want you guys to take that resume and put down the Mike Loya Center for Innovation and Commerce, and you'll see the impact that it has. Because if you look at our ecosystem now, the MLCIC, the Mike Loya Center for Innovation and Commerce, is commanding a lot of attention due to the impact that it's having, not just on the economy, but just in the borderplex in general. So please come visit us, visit our website, and look at the programs that we have to offer.
As Omar said, we do have that scholarship available. So it comes out to $15,000 a year, and it gets measured out in a stipend of $1,250 per month. So for MBAs, at the very least, it will cover 100% of your tuition, and you'll come out with some money on top for bucks. So we are very mindful of your schedule. We are all students, so we know final season and projects and all of the things that are going to keep coming up. So we understand. We want to make sure that you have a good experience. Your education comes first, and we just want to make sure that you have the best experience that you can have. Do you have any other questions? Something else you're curious about?
I will add that I can attest to their services. The department has used them in the past. Super friendly, super nice. All the fellows who I worked with some of them were even ME majors, and they had a great time. It was a very friendly environment, very welcoming. So it's definitely a positive experience. And like I said, they're giving you opportunities that you usually don't get in engineering. Sometimes we get very pigeonholed and very focused on like purely scientific engineering research. Working with them will allow you to kind of expand your horizons a little bit to see more of the impact your research may have on a wider community aspect. So I would highly recommend, if you guys have any interest, definitely give them a shot. This is a center that a lot of people still are barely learning about, and they definitely deserve more recognition because they're completely active all over the city. If you follow them on social media, you will see all of the amazing things that they do. So if no one has any questions, okay, here we go. Can we get the website link put on chat?
You absolutely can. I can even walk you through the website if you're curious too. I'll give you that link too. Let me show you. So this is our website. So it's right up here in the search bar. You can find us pretty quickly. Just the Mike Loya Center and we'll pop up. Again, not academic services. It will try to tell you this, but it is not true. And you can see here you'll be able to find more information about our fellowships. This is kind of a fast track for students that want to do undergrad and graduate classes at the same time. If you want to know more about our fellows and our team, you can come over here. And these are the different events, the projects, everything that we've been doing. And through here, you can see Studio G as well. Were you able to see that change in screen? Okay, so this is going to be our Instagram account. And here is where you're going to see, I guess, a lot of information as it comes up. So we had our winner here for the last competition. I'm going to go ahead and toot my own horn here because it was my team and I'm very, very proud of them. So you will have a fellow helping you out. You don't have to go through any of that alone. And here you'll be able to see more about who we are. These are my guitars that you're seeing right now, I guess. So just take your time, look through it, make sure it's something that you're interested, something that you'd like to try. And before you know it, you'll be all over town. My resume absolutely exploded. It went from a very sad, big font 1 page to I'm almost at 3 pages now. So it's definitely a very important experience to have. So you can find us here quickly at the Mike Loya Center. And we also have Facebook and Twitter.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Adriana. I appreciate all of you participating in this. I know we've been trying to work on relationships with you guys for, I believe, 2 years now, and I think we've been successful. We've been moving forward. I know we're super eager to always combine engineering and business because they truly go hand in hand. So if you guys don't have anything else to add, we can end the event here. Yeah, okay, awesome. So thank you everybody for joining. Thank you to all the students. I hope you found some useful information. I know everybody's always asking, how can you join? How can you be involved? Are we still being involved in this COVID world? And clearly we are. UTEP is still active. Our organizations, our research centers, everyone is still moving forward. If anything more so because of COVID, we want to overcome and we want to make sure you guys still get that college experience, even if we are working remotely right now. So I'm going to end the meeting here. The recording will be posted on our YouTube page either tomorrow or Monday. So you can always rewatch this to get more information again. So have a good evening, everyone.